Behind the Ramble is proudly sponsored by Glasby Pallets. They're offering a one-stop solution for all of your pallet needs. Get in touch on 01709 585 646 to discuss your pallet requirements. Thank you to Sonny and the team at Glasby Pallets for all their support of Behind the Ramble.
Coops here. Subscribe to BTR Ramble. Keep following, and all the best.
The Puhauser.
What is happening, people? And welcome back to the BTR Ramble. I'm, of course, Jimmy, and this is the watch-along of the Nations Final, the Nations League Final. So, what I didn't think would be really something that caught my eye particularly. I was more looking forward to chatting with my mates, getting different people on streams, and giving people the opportunity to dip their toe into a little bit of presenting, I suppose you'd call it, or a bit of co-coms. It's been brilliant. It's been really good, not just for the football, because the football has been of a really high standard, apart from yesterday. Apologies, Lee, I couldn't give you a better game than the actual England game that I thought we would have a lot more interested. But anyway, that's by the by. But having a chat with, obviously, my co-host tonight, you know all about, and you know I love having a chat with him and going through games with him. He's my legit co-host, but having the guest co-coms as well. We've had Gaz, Jamie Dumpling, Lee Edridge, absolutely brilliant, and loads more to come as well because we're doing Club World Cup. I've got apologies, but I've got another England game coming up on Tuesday. But the housewife's favourite's there to save the stream, much like Lee saved the stream against Andorra with his ambiguous facts about the national side. Some a red herring in there somewhere, if you can figure out which one it was. Man Mountain will be joining us for the Senegal stream, England v Senegal. That's on Tuesday, I believe. We are back as well tomorrow on the BTR Ramble. I'm trying to keep up with everything at the minute. I'll be doing a 10-minute transfers video live at 10 o'clock tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, back on Behind the Ramble, which is the channel that you're watching at the minute. There's another episode of YouTuber. So it's episode 4. Owl is out the window. So we're here today, as I say, to watch, and I think I'm a bit zoomed out, but that's because when I'm joined on screen, it'll sort of even itself out a little bit. So, yeah, thank you to everybody for joining us today. I thought Gaz was absolutely outstanding today on stream. If you haven't seen the stream earlier for the 3rd, 4th place playoff on Behind the Ramble with Gaz, don't feel like you can't go back and watch it, because watch-alongs usually are all done well, obviously they're done in real time, and once they're done, they don't really get much coverage other than if it's a Sheffield United game or a rivals team that want to go back and look for the reactions, usually of me or whoever else it is, either for brilliant celebrations or for commiserations or real disappointment, whatever it is. You go back to watch points in the game. You could honestly sit and watch that watch along with us on repeat if you haven't seen it already. So you don't have to be watching the game in real time, because we weren't really. And listen to Gaz talk for 2 hours about even being a qualified referee and everything that comes with that. So thank you to Gaz, and thank you to everybody that has and will be on streams with us over the coming time. Anyway, as you can tell, I call this the Ramble for a reason, but let's welcome in my regular, full-time, you could probably say, but certainly my most regular co-host. It is his gig to lose, and there's a lot of competition out there now, as we know. But it's the man on the mic, Jordan Watson.
Jordan Watson, the man on the mic, painting the match with a sound so right. Sheffield's pride, every fan can see. He's the voice of the Blades, their melody.
Jordy boy, how's it going, pal?
All right, mate, you?
Yes, I'm very well. Don't lie to me. You're not all right at all. You're hanging, aren't you?
Yeah, if that's how you want to put it. Hanging out of my Puhauser.
Wow. Yeah, fair. That's within the boundaries. I'll accept it. You and Mark, you went out with Mark Hill, were you, last night?
No. He were in Lincoln, and I was seeing the fake Paul Heaton.
Yes, nice. How did the fake Paul Heaton compare? How did Faux Heaton compare to Paul Heaton?
Brilliant. No, the honest, that second time I've seen them more times than I've seen Paul Heaton. But they're just as good. Well, no, they're not just as good. They are.
Because you saw Paul Heaton, didn't you, at the gig at Bramall Lane just recently after playoffs?
Yeah.
So it's very close together, isn't it, that you've seen both the real deal and the tribute act.
I will say this: it were easier getting served yesterday than what it were at Bramall Lane.
I'm not surprised.
That's why I'm feeling like this.
No worries.
We carry on regardless.
Hey, love that. So, Jord, we are here to watch the Nations League final, and I have to say, earlier we had 1,400 people in the room watching Gaz on stream on Behind the Ramble, but about 50 of them were watching on YouTube. So, at half time, I shut down the rest of the stream. I gave them fair warning, but I said I'm shutting down the X stream and the Facebook stream. And if you want to carry on watching this insight from our qualified referee, you'll have to come over to YouTube and join us on the platform that helps us build the channel. Thinking that's marketing genius. That is unbelievable. I'm funneling everybody right to the YouTube channel. Do you know how many came over?
5.
None. No. None. I lost 1,350 viewers.
You'll not. Lesson learned. You'll not do that again.
Well, I might not. You're right. I might not do that again. So, yeah, you're right, mate. You're right. It was. I've got. I've built it as such, and I still stand by it. We're always learning, aren't we, on channel? But this is an experimental series, really. We didn't know we were going to enjoy these games as much as we have. We didn't know that the guest comms would be as good. Well, I knew what you'd be like. I knew you'd be able to carry me anyway. But I didn't know that the guest lads who've been on so far would be as good. That's no pressure to the lads that are coming on in the future. And lasses are welcome as well, if we get any more that open up. But no pressure to anybody because it's just two mates chatting, in it, really. Watching football. That's pretty much. It's a bit like Gogglebox.
Having a laugh.
Yeah, exactly right. Gogglebox football, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, teams, Jord, because I've rattled on way too much, we are sort of almost getting pushed for time as the sort of celebrations start on the field before kick-off. Have you had a look at the teams? What are your thoughts?
I have. So, for Portugal, they are playing a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
In goal is Diogo Costa. At right back is João Neves. 2 centre-halves on the right-hand side of that is Ruben Diaz. Left-hand side is Gonçalo Inácio. And then at left-back, it's Nuno Mendes.
Is that's a different lineup, isn't it, to what we saw the other day? Did you watch Spain-Portugal?
I watched Spain, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, you did, sir.
I'm not sure what team.
Germany-Portugal, you watched with me, didn't you?
Yes. No, I watched Spain-France. We watched a 5-4, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was Jamie who watched.
Jamie watched Portugal, Germany. Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
That's the one. Yeah. So the 2 centre mids for Portugal are Bernardo Silva and Vitinha. And then the 3 in front of them, just in behind the striker, is on the right-hand side, it's Pedro Neto. The attacking midfield role is Bruno Fernandes. The left-hand side of that is Francisco Conceição.
Yeah, well said.
Up top, it's the absolute GOAT, number 7, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Now, is he the GOAT?
He's a GOAT.
Right, okay. Interesting. I'm not saying I disagree, by the way. I'm not saying I disagree.
Him and Messi, they're both GOATs, aren't they? You know. In their own way, they're both GOATs.
What a massive cop out that is. But well, then onto the Spanish then, pal. How are they side,
I think looking at this team from what we saw other day, there is 2 changes. So I'll go through it. They're playing a 4-3-3 again. It's Unai Simon in net. At right back, there is a change. It's Oscar Mingueza.
Mingueza, yeah.
He's a Celta Vigo in. So he's come in. The 2 centre-halves are the same centre-half as the other day. It's Robin Lenormand and Dean Huijsen. And then at left back, it's Marco Correa. The midfield 3 is Pedri, Martin Zubamendi, and then the change that they have brought in, I think it's for Marino.
Fabian Ruiz, is it?
It's Fabian Ruiz, yeah. So
Okay.
it was Marino that played the other day. And then the front three, on the right-hand side, it's Lamine Yamal. The left-hand side, Nico Williams. And then the striker of that is Mikel Oyarzabal.
Very good, mate. Very good. And again, if you're looking at these lineups as they present them on their social media, which is where I pull these images from, no subs listed.
No.
So interesting. Let's see what your comments are like just before kick-off.
Yep.
Mark Meldrew says, good evening, gentlemen. Hope you're both well. Just about recovered from yesterday. Looking forward to this one. Up all the rambles, up the blades, up the positive. Meldrew. Deb Webster says, hi, Jimmy and Jord. Hope this one is better than yesterday. I'm sure you mean the football, Deb, rather than the show, because I know Lee was great. Up the blades, up all the rambles. Like and subscribe, please. Let's help Jimmy get to 10K. Well, I have to say, this channel, Behind the Ramble, is now over 2K. We are about 6 away from 2,100, which is incredible. Really, really good. And I'm delighted with the growth. And Jord has had a massive part to play in that, because that has a large part of it has been the rivals watch-alongs that we've been doing. We're 5 away now from getting to 2,100. On the Blades Ramble, we did actually tip over 8,200, which is great, but we are now back down to 8,198. You'll get nothing but transparency on Blades Ramble, and we've lost 2 subscribers. I don't know where from. I have an idea where from. but I cannot say for sure. So yes. So if you could help us grow both channels, thank you, Deb. That's really I really appreciate you supporting us like that. It's like Bri Cassidy, one of our mods, who copies and pastes the same message about 4 or 5 times a stream, encouraging people to like and subscribe. It does really, really help us. Thank you. Dave Morwood says, evening, Jimmy and Jordan, fellow ramblers. This should be a cracker. It's a cracker. Up all the rambles, up the blades, up the positive Meldrew. Like and subscribe. What? Hit the like, please. We've created a monster with that. Or I have created a monster in terms of nobody's going to say up the positive Meldrew. What a rookie mistake. I've been on YouTube now long enough to know that whatever you say people won't do, they will go out of their way to do. So, silly me, all my fault.
Even I got called Meldrew yesterday, didn't I, in group chat? Because I said our crap England game were going to be, and it'd be sideways, backwards passing, because that's just what England do and how boring they are to watch. And, I got called leading Jordan Meldrew for it, but I was right, weren't I, at game?
Do you know, I thought when we set these games up, so we had the Nations League, which we're obviously doing the last game of 4 now, which has been really good. I've got the 2 England games. Did the Andorra, which was a World Cup qualifier. Got the friendly on Tuesday with Man Mountain, which I'm still looking forward to because Illiman's playing and it's England at the end of the day. And then we've got the Club World Cup, which FIFA are pushing really, really heavily. I thought the game I would most look forward to would be the 2 England games. And now, like, not that I'm not looking forward to the England-Senegal, because I am, and I love being on stream with Paul anyway, but seeing Illiman play gives it that X factor for me. But it's going to turn out that they are the 2 poorest games to watch. Well, no matter how you feel about them, they will be the 2 poorest games to watch. And these have been outstanding games, and no doubt the Club World Cup will be a really high standard as well. So what I thought was going to be the cream of the crop in terms of the streams, or the stream of the crop.
Hey.
But
on a roll,
it's not quite turned out as I thought, which is why we experiment with these things, isn't it, I suppose. Gaz, the pro, thank you again for your contributions this half, pal. Can't wait for this, gents. Up the blades, up the ramble. We're going to try and focus a little bit more on the game than me and Gaz did, Jord, because I'm not joking. At one stage, Gaz went, oh, what a goal. And it was the first goal of the 2-0 game. So we completely missed it. And that just is the story of how we were. Evening, lads. Zoomed out enough, Jimmy? All right, Jord. All right. Look, I know you like seeing my face. You can zoom in yourself if you want to see me a little bit closer. I just think sometimes I look a little bit too close.
Yeah.
So there you go. I hope that's a little bit better for you. I've also rearranged I know.
I've been here for life.
I've rearranged the pictures behind me, so it's now 3 3 high rather than 2 high in a bit of space. So just let me make sure I get this timer right. Oh, Shabba ranks. Is he going to blow?
Here we
There we go. Timer's
we're
on.
off.
Right. What are you on, Jord? 6, 7, 8,
9, 10. Yeah. I think we just
Get in!
couple of seconds in
Look at
front of
that.
the timer, aren't we? But that's not too bad.
Hungover, Jord, says Gaz.
No. What makes you
Such a
think that?
lie.
I don't drink.
Such a lie, Your Honour. You've seen me loads of times. What you on about? What do you mean? Oh, Paul Eaton. He wishes. He wishes.
He were better at, I tell you what, he were better at singing than what you are last night, Mark. Bloody hell. Might be a lookalike, can't sing.
Ian says, evening, hopefully another cracker of a game with a Spanish win. Yes, Ian's got this is the second half of his double, I think. Spain need to win it. Yamal to cement the Ballon d'Or. Looking forward to which way the conversation goes. Let me just see if I can still get on for a match bingo card because I've forgotten.
Yeah, I've forgotten all.
Purchase it. Let's have a little look, see if I can still get on. Oh my goodness gracious. No, I can't.
Not allowed it.
Don't think so.
Bloody hell.
Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Hope everyone has a good time.
Yeah, I've got a line already.
Yeah, well done, George.
Kicked off.
Hey, well done. Match bingo. Somebody's definitely going to beat me because I'm not in it. Evening, lads. Make mine a double. 2 watch-alongs in one day. Love it, says Ben.
Make mine a double.
2 changes in each starting 11. Nice one, David. At least somebody's paying attention. Not us.
I got 2 for Spain. I didn't.
You did.
know
You did. That's fair.
So I think you can let me off on that one.
Jamie says that bloke is starting. Good luck pronouncing his name, Jord. Conceição.
Conceição.
Yeah.
You know when you're a pro, Jamie, it's easy, mate.
What has happened to you? What has happened to you? You're like getting like Man Mountain.
Whoa. I'm not that vain.
Now with shades on in house soon.
I'm not that vain.
People. Oh no, that's true. Evening, lads, says Statman Jack. Good evening, pal. Ben says crazy to think that Vitina couldn't get into the Wolves squad. Now he's a Champions League winner.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's not
don't compare Messi and Ronaldo,
holiday.
just enjoy them both, says Jamie. Dean Hudson, the J is silent, so it's pronounced Hoyson.
Like hoisin sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's what you could have in your dumplings, Jamie, that, isn't it?
Messi and Ronaldo is the biggest split, in my opinion, on best player ever. Always a great discussion. Yeah, completely agree. Completely agree. I think they're both. I think Messi's the easiest way, the most simpleton way to describe it, which is usually what I prefer. Messi is the most naturally talented player, and Ronaldo has worked the hardest to become the best player. Yeah. So that's the way I always interpret it. Yeah. Lee says, evening, lads. Looking forward to seeing some quality commentary and hopefully a better game than me and Jimmy and Jord yesterday. I'm sure it will be. Best of luck. Thank you, pal.
Well done yesterday, Lee. Them you know, things that you were reeling off, absolutely brilliant. How did you manage to find? Can you tell us how you managed to find them?
Spot on, weren't they? Spot on.
I couldn't find any on internet. It was really good.
Really good. Really good. Here comes Spain down left-hand side.
Pedro Neto.
Oh, no, it's Portugal. Oh, Portugal wearing red's going to kill me.
It's a corner.
Yes,
Ooh,
nice.
It's a corner.
Left a wife at the pub. Ramble wins. Don't let her know. Uh-oh. I can't believe you've insulated him. Oh, no.
This is the view from the mountain with a heart so pure it's astounding. Man, mountain strong and true. What a man, what a view.
He's not coming on, but he's just made a comment. Evening, lads.
Exciting, then, Jim. What are you doing to him?
I know. Sorry, ladies, and some gents. I'm sorry. Evening, lads. Spain are the benchmark in world football. Ronaldo at 40, just amazing. Yeah, absolutely right, mate. Absolutely right. Are we gonna? What's happening with corners here? I think they're trying to pretend that they're not taking
it. Looked like he was going to do it, and he didn't, did he?
Yeah, he fooled everybody there, Bruno. Crossed in.
Oh, shot by João Neves.
Oh, you've got to do better there. How have Spain not dealt with that? That was the most obvious routine I've ever seen in my life.
I thought it were a foul at backstage. Bernardo Silva, weren't it? Look, well, now they're both at it, aren't they?
That's what they're claiming for. That's what they're claiming for, isn't it? But they've still got to deal with it better than that.
He's got to get that on target, hasn't he?
It's volleyed into the ground and it goes wide. Nah, it's poor. It's poor, that. How did Uber night go last night, Jim? Very well. Very well. You'll have to wait and see because I've still to edit it and put it up. I think that'll be up a week tomorrow, that one, because I'm doing Monday and Thursday releases. So I've still got a few. I want to try and get in front if I can, which I am obviously now, but a very good first weekend or a Saturday night.
Don't there's taxi drivers that most like lucrative nights, aren't they? Saturday nights. And
I was talking to one of people that got in my cab, and they were saying, I've heard that a lot of like Uber drivers in particular just do Friday and Saturday nights, and that sets them up for a week. Like that's their full-time gig. They get enough money in those nights to just see them through. So, and I can believe it after last night. I
only did. You get a couple £100 a night.
Yeah,
that's a decent wage still, isn't it? Really.
Of course it is. I only did a short stint.
£400 a week. It's still not too bad.
But I could have stayed in car and probably earned a lot more, to be honest.
Yeah.
If I hadn't told Mrs. Ramble that I'd be in
early
doors. Well, I'm kind of giving away the thing of the.
I don't know. I don't to like just like know what time you
I were on for midnight. I were on for midnight.
Right, okay.
So and obviously I didn't finish stream really till I think gone 7.
Yeah.
So that'll tell you how well it's gone. But
yeah,
it was good. It was good, mate. Enjoyed it. Perfect timing, Bryce, says Jamie Dumpling. Oh, that reminds me actually. Oh no. Perfect timing.
Left hand side. Tries to play it ball onto edge box, and Portugal deal with it. Goes back to Diogo Costa, who clears it upfield.
Need Paul, Meldrew, Heaton, and Alex Motsenbrooker doing a double act.
Do you know what worst thing were? Well, not worst thing. So we were sat in pub yesterday, and TVs were on, and Celebrity Deal or No Deal were on.
Right.
Who were on telly? Alex Brooker. So, because obviously the missus now knows about the Alex Brooker. She looked at TV, and then she just looked at her right eye and just started laughing at me. I was like, "Yeah, great, thanks for that."
Well, it's all right her laughing at you, but she's weird. She's chosen to be weird.
She must like Alex Brooker.
Who's the fool there then?
She must like Alex Brooker. Fair play. He's a good-looking lad. He's a good-looking lad.
He is a good-looking lad. I just need to message Mrs. Rambo because I'm just remembering something actually.
Oh, it's a poor ball.
Okay.
It's a throw into Portugal, quite deep into Spain's half.
Top man. Bryce says, please help us build a channel, like and subscribe and share. We are the best Blades channel on the net. Be part of our team, folks. Bryce, brilliant. Perfect timing, Bryce, says Jamie Dumpling. My cut and paste from earlier is still here, Jimmy. Love that. Love that. Cooler King says, evening, Jim and Jord. Early today, I was watching the Villa Blades game from 2023 on the Ramble, and you look so much happier and healthier now, Jim. Top man. Thank you, mate. Thank you. That's good to hear, actually. I've certainly not gone back to watch that, but that'll have been the early days, really. We only started like late, I think it was September 22. So, yeah, probably still in. I will have been in the kitchen then, won't I?
Is that the game where I
3-3
in about 18 minutes?
23. What?
No,
3-3, I think, where we were 3-0 up, and then that's the game I vividly remember. I don't know whether I did a watch
that were earlier than that.
It might have been. It will have been, won't it?
That
2023.
2019, 18, 19.
Yeah. That's just the Villa game that jumps out to me straight away. When
what I'm thinking of is when they were 3-0 up after like 18 minutes, and that's when I first met Sean.
Did you leave the ground?
I left at 18 minutes.
Yes.
I will bang on line with Leon Bailey's shot. And as soon as it left his foot, I could see it curling to net. And before the ball had even hit the back of the net, I stood up and started walking out. Ridiculous.
Both at it, in my opinion. Don't know what you're on about, guys. What?
That's when I was saying I thought it were a foul, and then I said it were silver, weren't it? And
in the box. Yes. Why have you got a Portugal being the away team and vice versa, the wrong way around on the scoreboard? That's poor, even by your standards, big man. Jamie Dumpling, get back in your box.
Take it as a compliment. Depends which way he's meaning it.
Well, he wouldn't know. Brett says, Gaz set the bar high earlier, Jord. Your throne is in question. I'll back you though. It was a high bar. High bar, indeed. Gaz didn't do much commentary. It was pepper with questions, to be fair, says Brian. Yes, it was. It was. Mark says, it's been mentioned before, Jamie Dumpling. Suggestions welcome. For a double act. Yeah, he's after a double act, isn't he, with Jord Motson? He's Mark Meldrew.
What, the Ramble's last leg?
He's trying to...
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I think he's trying to ride your coattails a little bit, if I'm honest, Jord.
Well, he can forever be in my shadow. It's fine.
Statman Jack says, must have had your call up for Soccer Aid then, Joe. Oh,
Just I'm in training for next week. That's why I met them all last night. That's what it was. I met them all last night. We had a big drink together.
That's why it got a bit carried away, yeah.
That's it.
100% got nothing on Jord, mate. Jord is the new Motson for sure. Up the ramble. Top man, Gaz. Top man. Cooler King says, it was a 1-1 game. You scored in the 88th minute. We equalised in the 96th. Yes. Zaniolo. Yes, I remember that. Because I remember thinking, who's Zaniolo? He came on as sub, didn't he, I think? I might be wrong.
We're at Lane or at their place?
Can't remember. Last leg, brilliant. Shots fired, Jamie. By Jamie. Absolutely. Shots fired. David, you're right. Unacceptable. From Jamie Dumpling.
I'll tell you what, so we're 11 minutes in, and it's not quite as fast paced as what I'd like it to have been. You know, when we're watching Spain and France the other night, they were at it, weren't they, from the start?
They were, mate. This
is quite a bit laid back at the moment. I don't think neither team's quite got going yet.
Where's this what, by the way? Oh, coat.
Where's this
by
coat?
the way?
We're in some. I'm not wearing a coat in bleeding summer. We're gonna have to hang fire with it.
Oh! I didn't read what that was. Up the Alex Brooker.
Oh dear.
Big man, by the way, you want to think I mean. Winky face. Jamie, don't stop being weird, please. Don't be seducing me on screen. That's disgraceful behaviour. Got to say this, that Spain kit is vile. Yeah, I'm not a fan, Gaz. I'm with you there, pal.
We've got Lamar. He's trying to take two players on here, but I think it was Nuno Mendes. Oh, he did well, but he's lost it. Well done, Yamal. Oh, he's just danced in between
God. He is class,
two defenders, and he gets stuck out on edge at box. Unbelievable.
Just to describe the kit, by the way, the kit is like a lime green, like an luminous yellowy green.
It's like that one that we had in similar colour to what United had in, I think, what year was that now? We're at season that when we come up from League One to Championship. No, in fact, when we went up to 16, 17, wasn't it? Something like that.
I can't remember.
They were like a luminous green away kit, weren't it?
But they've got, obviously, their seams are like red, like a deep red, and then there's a silver on it as well. It's not good. It's not good, I'm afraid. I'm not a big kit man, as we all know, but it's... got to say, I like that yellow kit, says Brian. All right, pal. All right. It was at ours. It was at Villa Park, George.
I don't know why. I'm struggling to remember it.
Statman Jack, Jamie's here. For you to dig... Here's a... Well, I don't think the emojis come up, but I think it's a spade for you to dig that hole that you're in. Whoa. You went to the seducing side of things. I meant because the players know you.
Steps over it. Yamal, it's high over the bar. Poor. He's done all that to win his free kick, and then it's poor.
He's useless, that Yamal.
How can he be worth 200 million?
I know. He's no Brereton Diaz, is he? Let's be right. Mark Meldrew says, there you go, B&M. No, not the shop. Brooker and Meldrew. B&M. I can't advertise a show called B&M. That's disgraceful. Fast pace.
Alan Carr, anyway.
You what, mate?
I prefer Alan Carr.
Fast paced. That would have been a dream yesterday, watching that poor pedestrian performance by England. It was awful, wasn't it? The ref gives Bruno the death stare. That was good, wasn't it, Davey? I saw that. It reminded me of Kalina. When players are running up towards him to say something, he just gave him an horrible death stare. We mentioned Kalina last stream with Gaz. That shirt was a bestseller, George, says Bri. Lee, honestly, England was shocking. Lucky to beat anyone in the top 10 with that performance. Yeah, these two are hardly going to be intimidated by that performance.
The thing is, as well, with that yesterday, for me, is England always struggle to break teams down that have got every man behind the ball.
Oh, God,
Like
no.
we always do. And if you saw Spain or someone like that playing them, they beat them 4 and 5-0.
Yeah.
Jamal plays onto edge of box. Pedro has a shot, and it goes wide. Of the post. Yeah, you know, these are put them away easily, but we don't. And I think Roy Keane was saying after the game, and I've only seen this online, so I don't know if it's 100% true, but he was saying it looked like England players were bored, and they were just like
That's bad, isn't it?
having a strolling part, just taking it easy. And
That's
I know at half time they got booed off, didn't they?
That's a job. Score a goal. Big baby. Love Roy Keane. Love Roy Keane.
You big baby.
You big
Oh,
baby.
dear. And what I like about him is he just says it as it is.
Yeah. Yamal playing for free kick, didn't get it, had a bit of a sulk about it.
It's a poor clearance, though, that from Portugal, but it comes towards
Spain are
Hodgson.
starting to take a bit of a foothold out there now.
That's a foul on halfway line, surely.
Yeah, it is. It's been given. We should inquire to Barcelona about that. Yamal looks good. 100 million with installments over 100 years. Yeah, possibly, right? Possibly. Statman Jack says, if we get a new kit manufacturer this season, who are you hoping for? I would love a Nike kit.
I would love an Umbro kit.
Umbro, Nike. I like Adidas.
That one with laces on. That honestly, I wore it to obviously to playoff games and then to Wembley. That's one of my favourite kits. That I absolutely love it, and it were Umbro that made it. So
yeah,
I'd love something like that again.
Only just beat a team in the top 180 yesterday, Gaz. Never mind the top 10. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but again, do you know, like, I'm not saying England would beat Spain, but if we played Spain, it'd be more open for us to have a go at them. Like, they wouldn't have. It's a curling shot from Nico Williams on left hand side. He just cuts on towards edge of box, and he curls it to far post, and it just goes wide. Great effort.
They're wide threats in Yamal and.
But they're the difference makers, aren't they? Like, that's the difference between England. Like, if that's Madueke, I actually didn't think played bad first half. If that's Madueke, or I think it was Morgan Rogers on the other side, half at time they don't cut in, they cut back and then play backwards. Whereas in these, they're just so direct and they go for it, and they're the difference makers compared to what England's got.
Bry's asking you, Jord, because I'm not going to answer this. I'd say world champions, but how do you think England would play under Chris Wilder?
Go 1-0 up and then sit back for the game.
Blaspheme, that. Blaspheme.
I like to have a laugh. I'm in a sarcastic mood, I think, today.
Think you could do a good Roy Keane impression, Jord?
No, because last time I did an impression, someone said it sounded like, I think I'm trying to do a Geordie accent, and they said I sounded Jamaican. So
you did sound Jamaican. You did.
I don't think I'm even going to try that one.
How are the lads, man? Jord, that's Jamaican.
Isn't it? How are the lads?
Pasty fishy on the dishy on the left-hand side.
You said Jimmy Carr in a Jamaican accent. It sounds like you're saying Jamaica. Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr. Adidas every day, Jack says, Lee.
Yeah.
Umbro, don't mind. Castor. Is it
Castor? Castor, they were awful.
Don't they do Burnley kits?
I know they did. I know they did Villa, didn't they? And they did Rangers. And it's when the shirts look wet through.
Oh,
they did Villa's kits, and it were awful.
Okay. Problem with Nike and Adidas is they cost an arm and a leg. Well, I'm not buying them anyway. I just like them to look nice.
Well, the thing is, we not like Nike and Adidas. I think I can't remember exactly what it were, but like, for example, they charge like 30 and 40 quid for a shirt per shirt, so you're not getting a good deal on it. So that's why clubs sell them at an higher price to try and make more profit.
Oh, interesting.
Whereas in like Area, they might sell it at 15 quid per shirt, and then club can make more money. That's how they tend to work it on.
Umbro were classes, Brad. Yeah, I liked our Umbro kits. They were good. Somebody, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Man Mountain, but there was somebody that posted a photo when we were talking about kits beginning at last season, I think. And if it's going to be a Area or whatever it was, if it were Umbro, bring back the drill tops. And can you remember some pictures that were posted in
Yes.
group at drill tops with big Umbro badge in middle.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
look really good. Them. Problem with Adidas is they're all the same pretty much. Says
That's
Gaz.
because the big teams take them, like, have the main templates for themselves. So like Arsenal will have a template for themselves, and then the smaller teams, like let's say in Championship or below, they just get past certain templates, and they'll be able to have, they'll only be able to have a look at, it might be more, I'm just using this as a rough thing, there might be 10 templates they can look at, and they've got to pick from that. That's why when we had that white away one in Premiership when we went back up, and it had like them grey, like dots on it. Cardiff had had exactly the same shirt but in blue.
Really?
Yeah. And then when I think it was the goalkeeper kits of that year, they were a World Cup, and their kits were advertised then, and they're all same template. So you knew that if you got Adidas, the goalkeeper kit were going to be exactly the same. So they were kind of getting, it's goal, Spain goal.
Get him.
It's Zubimendi. That were a big mess, really, from Portuguese defending. I think someone clipped a ball in from right-hand side, and it's just not dealt with. I think it were Oyarzabal that's running like into the box. Defenders trying to cover him. I think it's defender, and it just bounces straight back to Zubimendi, who was about 8 yards out, and he's got near enough an open net to put it in. 1-0 Spain.
Nice.
Yeah, poor defending that. It's just going to show it you now. Oyarzabal did a backheel flick into Zubimendi, who then played the ball out wide. I think to Yamal. Yeah, he plays it out to Yamal. He cuts in on his left foot. He just dinks it.
It's nice.
Ruben Diaz is following. He's following Oyarzabal, and he's sort of falling. To be honest, he's sort of falling over, and he tries to do a backheel flick to clear the ball, and he don't really catch hold of it right, and it just falls straight into Zubimendi, who's on his own in 6-yard box, and he puts it back in it. They are checking for. I think they were checking for offside. Were it? Goal's been given.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Might kick game into a bit of life here, that hopefully.
Yeah. Good stuff, that. Good
Ronaldo
stuff.
runs it to the byline. Think he takes a bit of a dive. He's looking for a foul, and it's not. It's a goal kick.
His hair still looks good, though. That's the main thing.
You can make your hair look that good when you earn that much money.
Agree, Jord. Love that Embro kit all day, all the way, says Ben. Rye says, made by Blades Ramble with 3 Mardy Blades as the sponsor. Yes, mate. Yes. Yes, I'll have a bit of that.
We have to do a bleeding just giving page. Want me to raise funds to sponsor?
Right. I can't even get my own merch right. So if you're expecting me to be a kit supplier, then you're barking up wrong tree. I think you are confusing me with someone who knows what he's doing. Jamie says, you are?
Paul Mountain. He knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
He does. He's broken a deal with the Amazon bigwigs, so he's maybe the man to speak to. Problem Meldrew with Castore is you get better quality when buying off Shein. Fair dues, Jamie. I kind of meant attacking or defensive, Jord. In terms,
that too.
How do you think England would play under Wilder? That's what it was. Do you think we'd be more attacking or defensive under Chris Wilder? I think it means attacking until we go 1-0 up.
Well, yeah, I'm going to say, I think I said it as it were, didn't it?
And would he have Robbo? Would he have Robbo, says David?
Oh, absolutely. It'd be first
no,
name
he
on
wouldn't.
team sheet.
No, he wouldn't.
First name
been a
on team
big joke. It's like when you play against your kids and you play one hand behind your back. That's what he was doing all season. He thought we were good enough to go without. I mean, it was just a little mistake. That's all.
I'll tell you one person that'd probably start under Chris Wilder. It'd be Dean Henderson, isn't it?
Yes, correct. All joking aside,
like slagging Pickford off there because I don't actually mind Pickford, but
he's not done anything really. To be fair, Nick Cook pointed out a couple of errors that I'd missed, but I don't think he's done loads wrong for England and Pickford. No. But Dean Henderson, I'm having in goal personally. But we are biased, as is Chris Wilder. Would really like Spain's kit as our away kit next season. No. For me, Filey Blade. Now, is that Is that Jez? I don't know, but I am hopefully going to be doing some work with the good people of Filey, where I have.
Ball up at top to Nico Williams. He gets into the box. Ruben Diaz gets back.
Well
Plays it off
done, Ruben.
Williams as well.
And it's a goal kick as well.
Kick, well done. Great defending.
Plays it against him. Really good that against Nico Williams, who is obviously a huge threat.
I like him, that Nico Williams.
I do.
And I know he's been linked with Arsenal, hasn't he?
Jim's been cancelled for the accent. Say Kodak colour gold fast, and that's the Jamaican accent.
Kodak colour gold.
Kodak colour gold.
Why did you put accent on?
Don't know.
Of course, it's going to be Jamaican if you put a Jamaican accent on.
Kodak colour gold. Hobbit. Don't know what that means here. This is sort of deteriorating rapidly. Poor quality cast.
Oh, great finish! It's Nuno Mendes. Portugal won, Spain won.
They've not looked anything
like
like.
Left hand side, and it just comes out. I think ball gets played back to him on edge at box. In left hand side at box, it just runs it in. Probably on, like I said, on left hand side, but probably on line with penalty spot, and he just hits one straight across goal for our post. It's an absolute rocket into the bottom corner, to be honest. Great finish. Told you, just that one goal, it sparked it into life. So it went, it could be an offside here on Cristiano Ronaldo. So it went Bernardo Silva, plays the ball in behind to Cristiano Ronaldo. He does a few step overs.
Whilst offside. Having come back from an offside position.
And then ball gets played onto edge at box, and Nuno Mendes, he runs it into the box and just absolutely whacks one across goal.
Part of the same attacking phase, though, isn't it? So whether they check that, and like Gaz was saying today, they will check every goal.
Yep.
No matter whether it's controversial or not, they will be looking at it.
It was tight. I just think Ronaldo's.
I didn't see it, to be fair.
I don't know if Ronaldo's body, he's like leaning forward. They are checking it, as you said they would, which we know. Ronaldo's
pleading with the ref. Can you Thanos me onside, please? Is that something you can do?
Please, this might be the last trophy I get to win. Referee's just telling Ronaldo to calm down. But the funny thing is Ronaldo's having a pop at referee here. It's a goal. Yeah. It's a goal. So he's having a bit of a pop at referee. There's not, if they're looking for an offside and they're using that semi-automated offside thing.
Yeah,
it's not going to change referee or VAR's mind, is it? They're looking for it. They're going to be checking it. It's as simple as that. I don't get what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Probably just thought, cameras will be on referee, so I'll get involved here. Some airtime. 1-1. Good start. I like this.
Yeah, it is good.
It's just
good. After it was like a slow first 10 minutes, weren't it? And then it's picked up really nicely.
It was a long ball up at top, and Oyarzabal gets to it, but then he loses its ball and he goes out for a goal kick. Why is it played in Germany, by the way? Because these games were played in Germany the other day, weren't they?
It's a neutral.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm thinking because I know Spain were technically home team when we watched it the other day, but it were in Stuttgart, weren't it?
Cooler King says, I know we were poor last night and any England side should be able to thrash Andorra. And there were nearly another goal there as I went to another comment. But we have to give Tuchel more than 3 games to stamp his mark on the team. It just doesn't look very promising, does it, Cooler King? That's the only thing. It doesn't look like we've evolved at all from the Southgate mentality. As in coaching staff. Right, okay. So your mate's on the coaching staff at Wolves and complains about the quality of the Castor gear. Rai says, Wilder will call up the 2017 squad like his signing strategy. Love that. Don't mind that at all. Castoria crap as they do the Irish kit. Adidas, I still have a black trackie and it looks mint. So
yeah, Adidas material were great, weren't it?
Zubermen, yeah, it is. But like you say, you pay for it though, don't you? So it's,
you do.
Zubermendi's off to Arsenal, I think, says Jamie.
He's been linked with Arsenal for about last 4 transfers.
Yeah, he is often. Oh, Gaz thought he were offside on first.
To be honest, it's just showing you is it semi-assisted, semi-automated, whatever.
I think it's semi-automated, yeah.
It's just showed it you and you were onside.
Right, okay, good.
It were like you're talking millimeters, but
Rob, the Sunderland fan, says our Hummel shirts have been good this year. That's good to know. Because it's not someone that jumps out to you as a manufacturer, but
well,
good quality.
They've done Rangers, Hummel, and I had one of them shirts. They weren't that bad.
Contentious says, decent, did you say?
Yeah, they were all right. I thought it were all right, and it was like true to size, so I wanted better ones. To be honest, I've had a Castor one, a Rangers, and the sponsor started peeling off right easily. But that's just a print in it, so it's not really Castor's fault, I suppose.
I think we stuck with this kit for at least another season, but wouldn't be surprised with the betting company as the main sponsor with the Americans in now. Yeah, that's on the table now.
So the kit will have been sorted just before Christmas in around January time. So that were just before Americans were taking over.
Oh.
So they're not going to change that now, because if they come in January and then started deciding they want a new kit maker, they're going to be behind on orders, and it'll not be ready for when, July comes around. Sorry, when they start to sell it. So I'm more than sure it'll be a rare for one more season.
If Portugal gets to next year's World Cup, will Ronaldo go with his problems? He said the other day he's certainly not retiring anytime soon, or he's taking it day by day. I think he said there's no immediate plans to retire. That won't be his decision, though, will it? Will Portugal decide to move on from him? The fact that he's starting in this game, you would say maybe not, because it's next summer, isn't it? It's not like it's 2 or 3 summers away, which you'd say definitely not. And if he's still starting for him at this stage, then maybe.
Corner. It's absolutely crazy. At 40-year-old, that he's still playing at that, this elite level.
Well, that's why he's won it best ever, isn't it? And some say, oh, lovely cross from Spain. It beats everybody, but they still can't make it work. And Portugal hoof it clear.
Not very far. It's headed back into the box. Hey, Zabel goes for it. Portugal they're not clearing the lines, are they, at all?
No, they're not.
Spain went ball back again.
Gad says he wants to look at that goal again. Wonder if he had time to play the ball and therefore limited the impact. Portugal goal was tight too. Castores took some hammer, says Mark, after his shout. Same APP for sure. Can anybody tell me what the APP stands for?
Attacking point of play.
Nearly. You weren't. To be fair, George, you were out with Mrs. Motson, weren't you? So
yeah,
it's attacking phase of play.
Ooh.
So Ronnie gonna cry here, says Rob. A lot saying he were offside. Rai says, evening Jim, how crazy is it to think that the year Ronaldo signed for Real Madrid, Yamal was born?
Bloody hell.
What?
Well, do you know what's even even more crazy is we're watching one goat, and a young lad that's 17-year-old could be the next future goat on the same pitch as each other.
Yeah, he will be. That's a yellow card for number 8.
Fabian Ruiz.
Yes. It's mad that he'll be able to say to people in 20 years' time he played on the same pitch as Ronaldo, who will be 60 at the time, and it'll be like, oh, he's been retired years and years and years. But this game was like my dancing yesterday. Slow starter, but kicked into life eventually. We'll need to see evidence of this, Mark Meldrew. Semi-automated, seen it very tight. Do you think VAR spoils the game, lads? Oh, big question. Big question. Jod?
Yeah. I hate it when you score a goal, especially when you're at the match.
Yep.
And you're celebrating, and then you've gone mad. Oh, VAR checking goal. It takes.
I completely agree. Takes the raw emotion away from it, don't it? I understand why it's there.
Yeah.
And with everything, as high value as the game is now, I understand why it's there. All that sort of stuff. And now it's here, we're going to have to make it work. Yeah. But I cannot stand it personally. I would much rather have a ref make a ruck than you kill emotion dead and then move on from a different decision and all this sort of stuff. So that's my personal opinion.
What do you think, Deborah? Let's see.
Yeah, Debs, you let us know. You will let us know what you think to it. Puma a class, says Jamie Dumpling. Oh, I've missed out 4 or 5 of your comments because you just spammed us. But I will start picking
Puma a dross, not class.
Oh yes, sorry, Puma a dross. That's it. That's too many watch-alongs. That got visions of Gaz in the front room with flags on either side, putting them up when. Yes, that's right. I mean, that's what a vision that is. I love that. Love the thought of that. Jamie Dumpling was the UK distributor that had issues rather than Hummel themselves. It was a few years back now. I see. Thank you.
I've got an idea for something we could do with Gaz. You know, like if you watched Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway when they were in their ear, we could have Gaz like hooked up in his ear and then watching football, video him, and then when there's a goal going in, he stands up. McMissis looks beside him. He's got his refereeing kit on, and he stands up, get offside flag. That'd be great viewing.
Scott says, according to Liverpool Echo, Blade's interested in Chamiti, 6'4", Everton striker, available on loan. Chamiti, never heard of him. Never heard of him.
I think he's McBurney's brother. 6'4".
Well, we've had a comment from the Man Mountain. Now we've got one from his tag team partner.
David knows, he really knows where the wind, I know whispers blow. Smelly brain, he's in the know. David knows, steals the show.
Smelly brain, he's in the know. That was Maury, that weren't it?
Smelly
Why
brain.
does he say smelly brain? No, Maury, no. Kit talk, eh? Anything could happen, especially with the contract agreement being with United World. Dave with the worst wink I've ever seen in my life. I think Dave the Nose really knows, if I'm honest. And to think Yamal is younger than me, says Jamie Dumpling. Well, he's younger than me as well, Jamie. So,
And me.
yeah. Yamal is an incredible footballer. Horrific haircut, as my dad says. He'd be at the barber's in the morning. Yeah, spaghetti head, innit? He's noodle head.
And it's pot noodle, or
Yeah.
super noodle, we said, didn't we?
Yeah, he is. Spiced Yamal pot noodle.
Just going out attack. It's Nico
Nico.
Williams. He puts it on his right, plays it to back stick. It's headed away.
Good head.
Pedro tries to get ball, but Nuno Mendes just shields it out. Portugal throwing.
Last time Sunderland won promotion to the Prem, Yamal wasn't born.
Wow.
There could be a few of these. Seen a few people online put our names to someone called Max Oyedeli, former Man U Academy, plays in Poland. Never heard of him, Ben. Never heard of him. That's why we... Oh, hang on. Mrs. Ramble's texting me. That always throws me off.
You in doghouse?
No. We might be selling Caravan and she's got a potential buyer. So,
Wow. I didn't think you'd sell that.
Well, we do love it. I have to say, we love it. And it is brilliant. It's in a really great spot as well. Girls are getting a bit older now and they're like, I don't know if we want to go there this weekend and all this sort of thing. So, evening all, says Paul. Good evening, Paul.
If anyone wants to buy a caravan,
Yes. There's 340 people here.
Primrose Valley at Filey is a great site. I've been on it plenty of times.
It's brilliant.
Perfect for young kids and families. Entertainment's great. And
Nice
Jimmy's got a nice caravan that he's selling, so there you go.
Nice. Thank you, mate. Thank you. And funny that Paul's just jumped in the chat because he was one of the first ones to pick on the fact that I bought the caravan as an impulse out of watching Sheffield United and as a pick-me-up because I used to make big purchases when Sheffield United really upset me. So the joke for a little while was, don't be going out and buying a caravan. Gaz says, look to that Spain goal again. For me, should have been disallowed. Interesting. The Spain goal rather than the Portugal goal. Yamal was better when he sang Never Mind Story, or was that Lim Hall? Before me, that David. I don't get it, I'm afraid. I assume the pun is there, but sorry, mate, it's a bit before me. Debs says it definitely spoils it. VAR. Yeah. Dublin Blaze says good points. Good points on the kit, Jord, and problems ordering kits if manufacturers change. Is that the issue with Pig's kit that the suckers have bought sight unseen last season? Possibly either that or they're not paying them. Paul says, Jamie, # United had a load of problems with Hummel. Statman Jack says, where are you hoping pre-season will be? Anyone going to try and make it 20 games if it's abroad? I'm going to try. I think it will be really good content.
I said to you, I were hoping it were in Greece, didn't I? Because then that might have signalled that we play Panathinaikos, but we'll have to see what club say about that.
I think that might be not off the table. Not off the table. So I would
think a lot of
love
Blades are good to that, wouldn't they?
I would love for us to play Panathinaikos pre-season. And as I say, I say that because I don't mean to tease anything that's definitely happening or definitely not happening. I don't know. I know the clubs want to do it. It's probably just can they get it sorted between them with scheduling and stuff like that. So there's a definite wish for both clubs to do it, from the clubs and the fan bases, I would assume.
Yeah.
Ian says, younger than you, Jamie, but I bet he's heard of Jimmy Hagan. Hummel have made some amazing kits, says Lee, but aren't great for sizing the slightly larger gentlemen. Oh, that's me done then. Denmark 86 home and away were amazing. Aren't Hummel a lot of the Germany kits as well from times gone by? Are they a German brand, I assume? Don't know.
To be honest, I only ever associate German kits with Adidas from what
I'm sure they're German based. I may be wrong. Yeah, that's true, Lee. Got a size up from the norm, says Rob. David says, yes, Jord, everywhere. Every time I hear Dave the Nose, I'm dancing too. Yeah, me too.
Can't help but not. It's just you do it without realising these days.
One of them. Jamie says, does anyone remember the last World Cup that ITV had, that Christina, who was the ref analyst, have Gaz done as that? Have Gaz done as the referee analyst? Again, like I told you in the early stream, he can't criticise his colleagues unless he doesn't like being a ref anymore. Then he can do whatever he likes in that regard. But I think we'll save that for when he's retired. To be fair, Ronaldo is also younger than you, Scott. There's just no need for
only
lines
just,
like that.
only just.
Yeah, only just. We look very similar though, so you wouldn't be able to tell if we were stood side by side with our shirts off. I'm not convinced you'd be able to tell who was who.
That's what your lass says, isn't it? That you look very similar, or she wishes.
She wishes, mate. She wishes. She's more a Bex girl, but again, very similar.
Yeah.
More chance of us signing Meat Deli. Than what? I can't. Anyway.
That Deli Ali's brother.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, nice, mate. Nice. Had a bet on for both keepers to make a save in the first half, and they both haven't. The iconic caravan is going. I think so, pal. I think so. I'm going to have to get back to her at half time. Wouldn't mind a pre-season match in Spain, Jack, if this works.
Oh, nice flick. Nico Williams, he tries to play it back to Zubimendi. Oh,
that's a pen.
It's a dirty foul, but it's
not a pen. It's a foul.
You're wrong way round.
Who was that did that? Was it Tim Sherwood? Do you remember that Tim Sherwood clip?
No, but that on the soccer Saturday.
Yeah, that shows that I just weren't paying attention. So I suddenly got something come to my mind.
Yeah, but Tim Sherwood pays attention and he still talks crap.
Thanks, mate.
He hates United, doesn't he, Tim Sherwood? Absolutely hates United.
Yeah,
it's like Don Goodman and Andy Hinchcliffe. Then if you put them three in a room, they'd just slate United all night long. Well, 43 minutes gone. It's gone quite quick, actually.
Yes.
Oh, Bruno Fernandes should be getting booked there. It's a foul on Portuguese player, and he's waving the imaginary yellow card at referee, and he's let him get away with it. Yeah.
One of Vinny Souza trick.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind a pre-season match in Spain, Jack, says Lee. And if it works, wouldn't mind popping over for a weekend. It depends if the current wife gives me the nod. I love that how Lee always refers to his actual wife as the current wife.
The modern day modern day Henry VIII.
Yeah.
With all his different wives.
Yeah, pretty much. Jack says, have we signed anyone yet?
Oh, you got Zabel, puts it in the back of the net, and it's 2-1.
Goal.
I think it was Pedri running through with ball.
That looked so avoidable.
They backed off. Portuguese defenders proper backed off, and then Zabel makes a running behind into the box. It gets threaded through. Very neat, nice pass. And he just slots it past keeper. Ronaldo's complaining at referee again. I'm guessing it's going to be checked. Because obviously,
what's he complaining about?
I'm not sure. We'll just see what happens here. I'm just waiting for it to show up replay so we can see what happens. He's trying to say that Ruben Diaz fouled Bernardo Silva on halfway line and he didn't.
Onside.
Yeah. Were it Pedri?
It's a lovely
Pedro.
little
Yes,
flick.
it was. So it was Pedro who picked ball up after
Lovely little flick.
after Silva lost ball. It must have ran about 20 or 30 yards. And then he just flicks it out defender, doesn't he? And then Oyarzabal does exactly the same, but he flicks it out keeper. Goals given, yeah. It's
Of course it
2-1.
is. Of course it is.
Just before half time as well.
Mark says, every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. I don't mind singing you a jingle to sell it. No, thanks, mate. Sorry, Jimmy, typo. It was never-ending story. All right, okay. Okay, thank you, mate. Ben says, how long have we got in the Mankini kit?
Mankini.
Sponsor for...
That's what all players are playing in next season.
Can see us getting a betting company or an AI company as the sponsor. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Jack says, I'm missing football so much. It's only just ended. Got to be a long window for me. This is why we're doing these sort of streams as well. It's a lesser reason as to why we're doing them, but miss football. We'll miss the game otherwise. It's not the same level as watching United for me, but this sort of stuff just keeps it getting you fixed.
Not nice at all.
It's a Danish brand that started in Germany, based in Aalborg. Thank you, Lee. Thank you. I'm not going crazy. No, Christina gave her view on a decision and explained her thought process. It was funny in England v Holland when she said, I would not give a penalty. 2 seconds later, the pen was given. I remember that.
Aalborg just rolled his ankle. It looked vile. See, I like this semi-assisted offside thing. I prefer it to when they used to draw them lines.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It shows you in real time, doesn't it? Pauses it at the moment of contact and then sort of zooms around and gives you a better view.
You get a lot better view of it, don't you?
Yeah, you do. It's half time.
Oyarzabal still holding his ankle. It was horrible. It went in for a challenge with Bernardo Silva and it sort of jumped in air, and as his foot's come down on the floor, it's just rolled. It didn't look nice. Could have done his ligaments, that.
Statman Jack says, one sponsor prediction from each of you for the new season, especially with our new owners for this season. I think my business group or Glasby's Pallets are going to be the main sponsor for Sheffield United going forward. Any predictions from you, Jord?
I'm going to say Haribo are going to be. I think, and that's purely because I've got a bag of Haribo sweets sat in front of me.
Nice, mate. Yeah,
so we'll go with that.
Yeah. Or Marty Greer, depending on how big he gets this summer. Blade Ramble at the checkout. Goal to Spain says Dublin Blade. Gaz says compulsory card that if the referee sees that, slam dunk. Got to keep her on the toes, Jim. Married 30 years this October. Yeah. So the current wife always been married to for 30 years.
She needs a medal.
I remember the third eye. Jimmy went Tim Sherwood did his vanishing act on Soccer AM. Yes, that was good.
Oh yeah. Do you know, I used to love that. I know it's sort of lost its way a bit, didn't it? But that used to be, especially when I was younger. My Saturday morning, I'd set my alarm to get up for 9 o'clock, go downstairs and put Soccer on with Lovejoy. Brilliant.
It set you up for the football day, didn't it? Me and my dad used to sit and watch it, like all 3 hours of it, and just love every bit of it. And now it's just so. I feel sorry for like Jamie Dumpling, who, if somebody mentions Soccer AM to him, he probably remembers like the latter Max Rushton days of it. Yeah. Tim Lovejoy and Ellen Chamberlain were absolutely incredible.
Oh, they were brilliant. My favourite bit was when they used to bring Soccer on.
Well, absolutely. Great age. Great age. That you couldn't get away with half of it now.
No, you couldn't. No,
but it was, for the time, it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Jack, there's only 61 days or so before the season starts. Wow. If we're watching England, that's a close match to watching the Blades, I guess. Yeah, that's true, Scott. Yeah. Very true similar emotions. All expectation and then very little delivery. Bit like me, I suppose. Mark says, seen that Stoker sponsored by Bet365 and do offer a kids kit without the sponsor. Guessing they'd have to anyway due to the age restrictions.
They can't have it on if it's a betting thing. They can't have it on kit. So it's like, do you know them arm sponsors where it says Sky Bet?
Yeah.
They're not allowed them either.
All right. Okay. James says, evening, lads. Been great semi-finals and final. Up the blades, up the ramble. Like and subscribe. Thank you, mate. Ole, 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 ole. Viva España. So from a blade in Spain. Nice one, Paul. Hope you boys are going to do it. Obviously looking good for you at the minute. Jack, new sponsor idea for the new season. Moi, bingo. Biggest bingo all in Catalonia. Yeah. Second best bingo provider that we know in Italy. Legit. Imagine we have a Marvel sponsor. Yeah. Brought to you by Spider-Man.
Oh,
Here is Sheffield United.
It's Captain America Marvel.
Yeah. I wish Jack Robinson had Thanos. Just got back from a lovely bike ride at the park. Says Justin, saw a couple eagles, fish, and turtles. Some of the fish were jumping, so I'm pretty sure they're spawning. It's a nice sunny day here in Connecticut.
Nice.
Wow. I thought, wow. Thank you, Justin, for that breakdown. That makes my day of going to Aldi and coming back and doing 2 watch-alongs pale in comparison, to be honest. Get Marvel splashed across the front of the kit. That'd be class. Soccer AM wrestlers were the best. Easy. You shut up.
That's something that we all used to do and all. And I used to sit back at COP when I was younger. When you're beating a team 3 or 4-0, everyone's doing easy motion action. Very good.
Random, but have you seen Port Vale's new kit? Oh, have I? Yes.
That's like a retro-looking one, isn't it?
Nicest kit I've seen in a long time. It does look a bit like a German kit, to be honest, but it's more cream than white. But yeah, it's beautiful. They never would get away with Soccer AM now as it was in its prime. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't, mate. The bits of Soccer AM I remember was when they had pros and celebs doing the 5-goal type thing to give money to fans. I'm too young for when they had 18 to 20-year-olds wearing football shirts and getting catcalled. Yes, you are, mate, but incredible, I'm telling you. I think, and Fenners were on it as well when you'll have been watching as well, Jamie and Jamie Bullard, I would have thought. And Fenners were a great part of the original Soccer AM lineup, but it peaked with Tim Lovejoy and Helen Chamberlain. Absolutely incredible TV.
Just come on and have one question and one question only.
Correct. I liked Sheephead as well. Yeah. Topless weather with Sheephead.
And down south,
light drizzle. 61 bloody days. Too long. My holiday to Tenerife comes after that, and then I'm off to Turkey again. Nice. Oh, you have some more teeth again, Jack. You're getting hair done again, is it? Another Ollie Norwood in the making. Yeah, we have different sponsor for our junior kits. Jack says Jimmy Bullard on Soccer AM was the one. Absolute class every time. See, Jack, you're showing your age there. You're showing your age. You're showing that you're more the younger end. And I have to push back on that, I'm afraid. And we always say, my dad takes mick at me for saying it too often. All about opinions. But if you have not lived to witness Barry or any of the other originals, then you've just not lived. You've just not lived. That is not the peak of Soccer AM. Dublin Blade says, tis was Howard, London Road, match that was proper Saturday. Well, fair. That's before me, That's before me. 44 days till my holiday, says Jack. Thank you very much. Appreciate
13 days. No, sorry. No, hold on. 11 days until my holiday. Thank you.
Nice, mate. Nice. You can't... You know you're not going to get paid if you leave, don't you? If you leave on holiday for a while.
What? Is Man Mountain and Dave getting paid?
Of course they are. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're not allowed holidays either.
We need to have a talk.
They're not allowed holidays either. I said the same to my dad. You can imagine how that went. Favourite one was when they were in the laundry and out of nowhere pins him to the deck. 1, 2, 3. Yo, shut up. Choose one question of the week, says Rob. Used to love Skill School. Yes. It's like gold dust and through your speakers, and then you're banging up the airway. Sponsor will be Pear VC, Payman Nozad's venture capital company. Yeah, and then he can pour as much money in as he likes because he can say sponsored for 200 million, and that will be our FFP allowance. Then love that. Jord, hope they're not the same Haribo Jamie had on Friday. Yeah, the share love hearts, heartthrobs, I think they're called. Oh my word. Oh my word! Sent
It's not-
specifically from
It's
Jamie
not
Duncan.
It's storming.
No, you can try and trick us all you like. Best bit was Tubes. One question only. Yeah, teeth fell out 2 weeks after getting them done. So going back. What was the Soccer AM bodybuilding thing they did with the t-shirts? Bodybuilding thing. I remember they used to talk about Arsene Wenger. And then they'd have lads jump up behind sofas going, "The Wenger boys is coming," and everybody's jumping. And then what else did they do? Oh, they used to do, "Oh, Northern boys love gravy."
Do you remember when they did CCTV and they were speaking in a Brummie accent?
Oh, yes.
City TV down at Highfield Road.
CCTV. And then they did, obviously, Third Eye is what David were talking about, which were class.
Yeah.
They did Taxi, the original Taxi, where it was Taxi for Bannon. It were good, really good. And then what were I going to say then? Something else that jumped out at me and I've forgotten all about it. It'll come to me.
What about
Sheephead
when
and
you used to have, I think it was when Soccerette were coming out, and then they'd have one of the fans that were in Luther Blissett stand come down and Tim Dre go to shake his hand, and then he goes he'd pull it away, and they'd absolutely rip him for it, and he'd get him every week and all.
he did his catwalk, didn't he, with Soccerette? Frankie Fryer were a later one that came on that I enjoyed. Oh, I do love playing away. I'm here all week, says Mark. Great age, says Ben. I'm 30 this year, Jimmy, says Jack. Saw Soccer AM in its early days, don't you? So you saw Soccer AM in its prime, and you think Jimmy Bullard was the main part of the show, Jack? Well, look, that just shows the world is made up of all sorts, doesn't it? And we cannot judge. Although I am definitely judging Jack for that shout there. Frankie Fryer. Oh yes, and Away Days was a good skit. Absolutely. Paid.
When he said about
yeah. Checks in postly. I had Mr. Big Stuff as my ringtone. Me too, Ian. Me too. Oh yeah. Yeah, class. When's your next Uber video, mate? They're coming out on Mondays and Thursdays, Brad. So the next one will be tomorrow at 6. German commentator watching Die Bundesliga. Can't remember that one. Is it Die? Did he pronounce it Die Bundesliga?
I can't remember.
No, I can't remember it. Jimmy Bullard wasn't a patch on the others in the early days. That's our opinion, Mark. Jack has got his. It's a terrible opinion, but it's his opinion all the same. So shows how Blade on Wheels going. How's Blades on Wheels going? Uber. Really well, mate. Thank you. Really well. Really enjoying it. Can't say any other. As I say, we'll have another one out tomorrow. I've got a couple to edit as well now. Had any bad passengers yet? You'll have to watch them and see. Can't be putting any spoilers out there right now. But yeah, if you're not already, then get over and...
Oh, you know, it's just reminded me. You said bad passengers, and you said about someone being sick. Potentially being sick. Driving to pub earlier for his Sunday dinner, and I seen a car pull over in lay-by, and I looked over just to see what they were doing. Next minute, a bloke just projectile vomits out it. Went, oh, it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. I was nearly sick. I caught myself.
Mate.
Horrible. It went all outside of his car and all.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? You make my stomach do a couple of loops. Then the Spanish fans are fickle, says Paul. They only take an interest when their team is in a semi-final. I can't say much. We've only put this Nations League on since the semi-finals, but would love to see Ronaldo's face when they lose. Up the Blades, up all the rambles, like and subscribe. The American commentator was always funny. Didn't they do Brad Bobley as well?
That one later on, though, that was Fenner's that.
Yeah, it was. I loved, to be fair, obviously, the Tim Lovejoy was brilliant, but Shocker Saturday was also very funny, I thought, as well. A few weeks' time, and then July 2nd marks Women's Euros 2025, says Rye Taylor. A few weeks' time, and then 2nd. All right, okay. I won't be able to cover that. I won't be able to. I don't have as much of an interest, and this is just me being open and honest. I don't have as much of an interest in the women's game as I do the men's game. So I feel like it's watching two different things sometimes. So that's just my opinion. So we won't. It's very unlikely we'll cover any of that, if I'm honest. But fair play to anybody that wants to go and watch it. I'll be away as well for most of it, I think. Thanks, Jord. Put me off my tea now. Yeah, nice one. Like watching your Uber videos. Thank you, Deb. Thank you. I've had a laugh putting them together, to be honest. Speaking of taxis, remember Taxi on Soccer AM? Imagine now, Taxi for Chancery. You weren't listening, were you? Because I've just done that with Taxi for Bannon. Mel Drew, selective hearing in his old age. Ellen Chamberlain still wouldn't. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Still likes a bit of Ellen Chamberlain, does Dublin Blade. Dave Morwood says, that sketch where he was in the shed saying, like these Colonel and Ginger, rah-rah. Colonel and Ginger. Yes, I remember those.
Like these.
I never said he was the main part of the show. He just amused me. But yeah, I was there for Tim Lovejoy. Jimmy Bullard on Soccer AM was the one. Absolute class every time.
Facts don't lie, do they? You know,
facts don't lie. He didn't actually say. He's right in what he says there, but he's sort of. I think he's tried to move the goalpost slightly. If I'm honest.
Is he?
But he's the stat man. He's the stat man. He will tell me. He's the stat man. Sounds like Jack's doubling down. It does, Rob. And it's not one that I'd be doubling down on. That Jimmy Bullard was the only reason for anybody to ever watch Soccer AM, I think he said. What's Soccer AM? Says Jack, who must be baiting us there with that. Must be. You cannot be a football fan from any time in the last 15 years and not know what Soccer AM is. Surely.
Substitution at half time. João Neves has come off for Portugal, and on comes Nelson Semedo.
Is that a like for like?
Well, Semedo's a right back, and João Neves plays centre mid, doesn't he, for PSG? But he's been playing right back for.
But there won't be.
Oh, and Ruben Neves has come on for.
That makes more sense.
Conte, so.
Yeah, because they won't be going more defensive when they're down, will they?
No.
So.
No. I think it's, to be honest, João Neves isn't as quick as Nico Williams or Yamal, is he? So I think bringing Nelson Semedo one is a bit quicker. It's probably a right thing to do.
They're the boys, aren't they? They're just showing you Nico Williams and Yamal coming out for Spain, and they are the main threat.
I think Nico Williams, he's only young, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's early 20s, isn't he? Is he about 21, 22?
Let's have a look.
I might be wrong.
22.
Yeah, so, when you've got Yamal, who's 17, as good as...
So them two combined are younger than Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Used to get Soccer AM DVDs at Christmas. Me too, Mark. Me too. Probably Gold Dust them now, Meldrew. Yeah, probably. I don't know where all my DVDs are.
Crossbar Challenge used to be good as well, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Peak 2000s was Soccer AM and Dream Team. Didn't watch much of Dream Team.
Dream Team. Oh, one of my
Didn't watch much of Dream Team, I'll be honest.
Watching Archester United.
Yeah, they played in purple, didn't they? I remember
played in purple, and they played in Millwall's ground.
Oh, did they?
You could tell it were Millwall's. Obviously, that's where they must have filmed it, and you could easily tell it were Den.
It's the right couple of haircuts coming out together. That were Nico Williams and Noodlehead.
Noodlehead. Oh dear. Do you know, I'm good to have not played Bleeding Match Bingo, because
I know.
I'd like to have known if we could have been winners.
That's because we were rushing about.
I know.
And to be fair, I've had to be onto them today because they'd had a few technical problems earlier on. It's now resolved, so we'll be playing again for England on...
we'll blame it on that then. Technical issues stopped us from playing tonight.
That's right. Let's just hope he ain't watching. It's just sand and glitter, Jack. What's just... You're avoiding McGilligan these days, mate. I would never avoid McGilligan. Never at all. I haven't caught up with him for about a week or so, though. That is fair to say. Hang on a sec. Timing. Look at Jord just abandoning me.
Why is that bleeding?
Come on, ref, blow your whistle. I'm in limbo here. Oh, I knew that'd happen. It blew it as soon as I clicked off it. I'm about 5 seconds behind. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm 3 seconds behind. I'm 2 seconds behind. Okay. That's all right. We'll be right. No, I'm not avoiding Connor. Of course, I'm not avoiding Connor. And we'll still be doing content together. But if you've been keeping up with us at all, it has been non-stop on both channels, to be honest.
He's avoiding us. Bleeds are in big time now. So
yeah, he's too big
time. Don't need Jimmy anymore.
That's what it is. Yeah. Jimmy who? That's what it is. Ramble what? What's a ramble? But yeah, we will be getting together again soon. I need to catch up with him. Can see it now, Gogglebox style, watching old Soccer AM clips. That's not bad, actually. Crossbar challenge, yes. Classic, says Jack. Tiz was a programme on in the 70s and 80s, says Dublin Blade. Lenny Henry and Chris Tarrant and Sally James hosted it. Google it, see some clips. I've heard of Tiz was, and I know it was an old school sort of breakfast show, wasn't it? I think. I might be wrong on that, but other than that, I'm out of the loop. Jack says, so Jimmy Dunn likely first signing. Who's the second? Predictions, lads? I might be talking about him tomorrow.
Ethan Galbraith.
Look at that. Look at that for a title.
It works perfect. Jimmy's like your face there.
It's just because I need
He's
to
like
move
shocked and saying, "Oh my god, we've got a great player coming," and Galbraith's just like, "Yeah."
No, but have you read the title properly though?
I haven't. No. Oh god.
You see what I've done?
Yes. That's like
that
a
is
proper. You know, if your two girls were there now, they'd be like, "Oh god, dad jokes out again."
Yeah, well, tough. It's what they've got to live with, and it's not changing anytime soon. Galbraith, your health. So that is what we're going with tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I will be live tomorrow at 10 a.m.
It's live.
So see you all when you should be working. Join me on the live and go for a toilet break or something and have a chat with me about Ethan Galbraith for 10 minutes. And then tomorrow back on Behind the Ramble, it's another episode of YouTuber. Hourly rates out the window. Yeah, that's where we are.
Do you know, you've got your picture. You look absolutely thrilled to be in taxi there, but I bet it's not like that when you're actually going out working, is it?
It is when I hit my target. It is. It's addictive, you know. Seeing money go up.
I can imagine. I think I'd find it addictive if I were doing it.
I've got a feeling that tomorrow after my live, so my live's at 10, and after that I might just jump in taxi and see it. Oh,
Bruno Fernandes, 2-2. And he's offside.
What a lovely goal by Bruno.
He's offside.
Well,
it is given. Goal will be checked.
We will see, because he looked like he robbed him from in front of play. Oh, hang
Gaz
on.
has just raised his flag. Yeah, he's offside. It's, I think it was Pedro Neto.
Yeah, it is. It's man who plays him in that's offside, not Bruno.
He's in an offside position when Ball's first played into Neto, and then he plays Fernandes in. Yeah. 2-1 still.
Jack says Messi for first signing. Is Jimmy Dunn done yet? No, he isn't, Jack. No, he's not done yet. Is he likely? Yes. Is he done? No. Well, he is done, but he's not. The deal is, you know what I'm saying. Poku, please, says Dave the Nose. Would love that as a signing. I think it fits us beautifully. Yeah. But do we need Poku if we get Ethan Galbraith, who I think would probably play on the right-hand side for us, the right wing?
From what Leo was saying, he's been playing more right back, hasn't he?
Yeah, but what? So why was signing Jimmy Dunn then?
It's all just links in it.
It is just links. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about it at 10 o'clock tomorrow. You can take a break from fitting some kitchens and jump on and.
I am back at my £5 million house again.
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
Aye.
Don't be taking a break without permission.
His big island, they made a bit of a mess of it, so we've got to go and rip it all off. and refit new one. I was like,
It looked a rate gaff that.
unbelievable. It were like dream house. That's all I could say. Dream house. It's mental.
Shouldn't it be yourselves, Jimmy, not your thelves? No, that's the pun. That's the pun, Jack. Galbraith, your thelv. It's like read it like you're Chris Eubank. Read it as if you're Chris Eubank, and then you'll understand it. He says it hurts his brain. Love these 10-minute transfers, says Jack. I sneak off to the toilet to watch them at work. Do you know what? I used to. When I
It's
used
a bit
to work,
weird, isn't it? Sneaking off the toilet to watch Jimmy in a 10-minute break.
My mate at work used to nip off and go and skive basically for 20 minutes, and he used to call it brown gold. He used to work out how much he had earned over the month on the toilet. How much brown gold have I got this month? And he'd like try and beat his record from the previous month. All this just absolute class. Saturday morning, was the Phantom Flan Flinger. All right, okay. Is it? Yes, it's intentional, Jack. Yes, it is, mate. I think we should go one up top at home and 2 up top away from home, says Jack. That hurts my head thinking about how Sheffield United are going to play.
I prefer it opposite way around. I'd rather be more attacking.
I would.
At home, and then obviously naturally going to be more cautious away from home, aren't you?
I agree with that. I agree, but it hurts my head thinking about how Sheffield United are going to play next season at minute. I like that Talavierov, big Ukraine centre-back at Plymouth. Isn't he available at a cut price deal? Because they've been relegated. I might be wrong. Hey, Dave, Birmingham have Zoom called Poku, so hopefully we're going for it. Going in for him too. Big man Emileski back in Birmingham. Surely he picks us over Brum. Depends on Wedge, doesn't it, Dave? But I would assume so. Wonder whether Connor will be over in Dublin when Leeds play Milan along with 35,000 others. Looking forward to going into town that day. Not sure, mate. As I say, I haven't spoken to him for a little bit.
He's got mates, hasn't he, over there that support.
Yeah, yes.
He did that like collaboration, didn't he?
He's got some good links over there.
Yeah.
It won't surprise me to see him back, but I don't know his plans at the minute. Dunn centre back and Galbraith right back, right wing back. I know that's a possibility. I'm not entirely convinced that's what we'll do.
I think I'd prefer Jimmy Dunn at right back because that's where he's had his best season, hasn't he, at QPR? So I
think that's why we're bringing him in.
Pointless changing him to going back towards being a centre back. It just seemed daft for me.
I honestly think we're signing this Leighton Orient lad to play right wing back, and we're heading back to a 3 centre back formation. Would love it. I think it fits.
I think see if we do that, I don't necessarily mind Dunn playing as the right centre back because if we have attacking centre backs again, he can get that wing, can't he? That's what he's done, the right back overlapping right winger. So
I think it suits our players.
Yeah,
I know I got laughed at in our own chat about that, but I think it suits us. Chris Eubank watches this. He's a mate of Robbo's. Showing my age now, I remember Tiz was, says Debs. Positive Jack says, but my manager is a Wednesday supporter, so I decorated to print loads of pictures of Chansiri. Oh, nice. Brian says, you need to look on YouTube for Tiz was Jimmy, absolute chaos, but you have to view it with a child's outlook. Okay. I'll do that when I get a sec.
Portugal are on top here.
Yeah, they are. They need to be, though, don't they? They need to force the issue.
To get back into the game, aren't they?
They're behind. We're 3 away from 2,100 subs. If anybody's watching and not subscribed, be greatly appreciated.
Like and subscribe button.
Go on, lad.
Deal.
Who's going to get to the next milestone first? Because we are 2 away on the Blades Ramble from 8-2, and we are 3 away from on this channel from 2-1. Interesting. Jack says, so Mepham is likely a no-go now. Why is he, Jack? Why is he? I saw the article that you posted. Why is he likely a no-go? If we don't get Darling, what other centre-back would you like? I would say don't write these off yet, to be honest. That would be mine. But have you got any other centre-backs in mind, Jord? if these don't come off.
Callum Doyle is what I put it across the night last stream.
Yeah,
That
you
would
did.
be my left-sided centre half.
Do we need a left centre back?
Maybe not, but
How come Wilder went away from the previous formation that served you well first time with him? Your guess is as good as mine, to be honest. I think he has a vision of how he wants to play. The reason
different.
You what, mate?
We had to try something different, I think.
The reason he gives is because if we are to be promoted, or if we are preparing to be promoted at some stage, we have to play that way, really, because that's the way top teams operate now, with a 4 at the back. And that's the way the game at the top end is going.
Good shot.
Good shot, parried away.
From Fabian Ruiz.
So that is why, Rob. And I still think you should go with what your best assets can give you. Please help build the channel, like, subscribe, and share. We are the best players channel on the net. Thank you, Bri. Be a part of our team, folks. Back to the formation with Duffy, with the Duffy 10 roll, please. 3-4-1-2 suits our squad. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Lee. Absolutely right. Cannot agree more. I think we should sign both Mepham and Darling. Me too, Jack. I would sign both. Darling's in talks with Norwich, apparently. That's fine, but I think we could be a more exciting proposition than Norwich. Would like Callum Doyle Jord. Not had a great season last year, but looked good in the past. I agree with that. I think his reputation goes in front of him a little bit, but still a good player at the level. Yeah. Jamie says, if you're a professional footballer, you should be good enough to use both feet. I don't think Ryan Giggs did much. And he had one of the best left foots I've ever seen him in life. But you're right, Jamie. You're right in general. By the way, it's not that's not a criticism, but I think sometimes you have to give an exception, particularly for left footers, who I think are often a little bit awkward on the right. Or is that the other way around? I mean, I can't remember. I'm so tired. Could any of the promotion clubs sign Lorenzo Luca? Never heard of him.
I ain't heard of him.
Okay. Welsh Viper has won 2 lines, 25 quid. Oh, he's beat us to it, Jord. Well done, Welsh Viper. Well done, Welsh Viper.
I'm sick of playing this game. Never win.
I'm sick of losing all my money on Match Bingo because I've spent loads of money on it tonight. If they want to reimburse me for what I've spent on it tonight, they can. Ben says, I think if we sign a left-footed centre-back, it might point to us going to a 3 at the back.
No, it just means that we drop Jack Robinson.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, a left-footed centre-back is a Jack Robinson replacement, in my opinion, because you could keep Jack Robinson as the left-sided centre-back, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Even if it's going to a 3. Jack says, if Bournemouth playing hardball and want some money, I think it won't be worth the money for us, especially if Sunderland are happy to pay it, and it will choose Sunderland over us, mate. That's why. I get your point, pal. And again, I don't mean to sort of shoot down any points. This is just a difference of opinion, that's all. But Mepham, in my opinion, is a top Championship defender. I don't think he's a Premier League defender. So if you're Sunderland...
We're ball into the box from Cucurella and Williams just missed it. Chance.
If you're Sunderland, why are you signing Mepham? You're not signing him to play, are you? Whereas Sheffield United would sign him to play. I think that's more appealing to Mepham anyway.
I think so, if they're trying to recoup 12 million,
they'll get nowhere near that. They won't get
let him go to Sunderland for that.
Absolutely. So would I.
Anywhere near that.
He's in last year of his contract. They won't get half of that. They won't get half of that. So no chance of that happening. In my opinion, Sunderland won't pay anything like 12 million quid. They shouldn't. No. And I think they'll be setting the sights a little bit higher. You've seen a few people in our group, well, 1 or 2, kicking off about Mepham maybe not being good enough to sign him. We should be looking elsewhere. If that's what a top-end Championship team are thinking, imagine what we've got a couple of Sunderland fans in chat now. They might tell you better, but I think we can offer him first-team football. Sunderland wouldn't, because they'll be looking for better players. And I don't think they'll go to that sort of money. It does suit our squad, but didn't it get found out? I think that's not. If it's found out as a formation, then nobody would ever play it again, would they? I don't buy into that.
A lot of teams now, though, still play 3 at back and it works. But they just more have adapted it to like a 3-4-3.
I think you just got to go with the style that suits the players that you've got, rather than think about whether the formation itself works. Rob says, all depends on if Bournemouth trigger an extension, otherwise it's a free transfer. They will trigger an extension so they can get a fee, won't they, Rob? But would you, as a Sunderland fan, Rob, would you pay for it? I don't think you'd pay for him, personally. I don't think you would. I don't know why you would. If he was available on a free, I could see him going to Sunderland as a squad option, no doubt about it. But if they want anywhere close to, they're asking for 10 or 12, they'll get something like 6. Why would Sunderland pay 6 million, 6 million for him when he's not going to play for him? I know it's padding out the squad, but I don't think it makes sense to me.
I think I'd pay 3 or 4 million for him. I don't think
I'd go to 5. And
Ronaldo 2-2.
Get in, Desmond. Always turns up, doesn't he? Always turns up.
To be honest, you'd have never. He's literally 3 yards out there, and he just follows it into the net. I think a ball got played in, and it loops up in air, and just comes towards back stick where Ronaldo is. Just slots it in. That's it. 2-2. He's not going to get a much easier chance than that, to be honest. Just going to show it replay now. So it comes out to Nuno Mendes. He takes it past Jamal, drives into the box, tries to play a low ball, and it deflects up in the air.
Jamal just gives up on it. That's disappointing.
Yeah, he did. But it deflected up in air off Lenormand.
Oh, yes. And Ronaldo's the first to react.
That's a good finish. That's a better finish.
Really good finish.
So he just gets in behind Cucurella.
It just cushions. It's a cushioned volley, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He's stretching his right foot out. At first, it looked like it was a nice, easy side foot volley when I first saw it.
It's a much more difficult finish than he makes it look.
Yeah.
And that's why
this is like 40-year-old, and they've just put up the stat of he's scored 8 in his last 9 matches for him.
It's absolutely incredible.
They're not going to drop him, are they?
It is absolutely incredible. Brett says, he's turning X off again, Jimmy. 66. They're only 66 on YouTube, 65 on YouTube now. Yeah, we've got nearly 500 people in. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Get yourselves over to YouTube. Do your lad a solid. Jack says, yes, and that's what article earlier was saying, that Bournemouth are looking to do it and try and get some money. Yeah, they will try. Of course, they'll trigger it and try and get some money back for him. Of course they will. Well, that's what we've done with Jack Robinson, to try and get as much money as we can when people are bidding 10 plus. Rob says, I'd be surprised if we paid a fee for Mepham, especially if they want a few million for him as well. I agree, mate. I agree. Is Ryan Giggs son still on our books? Yes, he is, pal. Yes, he is, says Jack.
They offered him a new deal because he did his 1-year scholarship, didn't he?
Yeah. Is he part of that 1 year?
It was that 1 year one, I think, at first, and then he's in talks to...
He certainly weren't released for it, so we're obviously wanting to keep him and put him on a professional deal. Yeah. Jack says, I think we need a player like Mepham, quality and experience. I think so too. Won't get half that for Mepham. Exactly my point.
Pedri turns left and right as a shot. Great block from Nuno Mendes. It goes out for a corner to Spain.
Yeah, David, is your point, mate? I know you sort of, that was my point with an L. But yeah, you're right, mate. And I do agree with you. I do agree with you. I think if Mepham and Anel are both in a full contract, then the lazy scouts out there would say Anel's worth more without properly looking into it. But that's just my opinion. Darling talking to his old boss at Norwich, Mr. Grumpy Manning. Mr. Grumpy. What would you be happy paying for Mepham? Max 5 mil, yeah. I would, Jack. I'd go maximum 5 mil.
George said he went 3 or 4, didn't I?
3 or 4.
I think 4 would be my top. I think I'd look elsewhere after that.
Because then you start getting into a different calibre of player, don't you, I think?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think so.
I've seen Burnley looking at Mepham, and that if that's true, I'd go looking at Worrell as an option. Yeah, great shout, Scott. Yeah. Great shout, because they might lose a couple, might they? Cheers, Jack, says Dublin Blade. Jack says,
we've been linked with Joe Worrell before as well, haven't we? Obviously, went to Burnley instead, didn't he? But
we love a long-term target, don't we, at United? Yeah. I said in the chat the other day, I think the new owners need to be smart and have a good balance between frees and loans. Dunn Mepham is a no-brainer. Yeah, I agree. I think they're 2 really solid signings. Great as ever, gents, says Gaz. Like and subscribe up the ramble. Thank you, Gaz. Appreciate that, pal. Spain to win this 4-2, says Ian. I hope they do for you, pal. Oh, no. Rest in peace, Uriah Rennie. Oh, sorry to hear that. He was at the Basham game. Me and my dad saw him at the Chris Basham match. Oh, that's a shame.
He,
were in,
we're
he were in a
doing.
wheelchair when we saw him, to be fair. He didn't look
Right.
great. Yeah.
But I thought, to be honest, I thought that would just he'd had a knee operation.
Don't know.
I
Don't
might be
know.
wrong, but he so one of the lads who we had who like who because on ground we're a lot at Wednesday fans and Park Hotel lads. There were a lad called Forbes, well known around Hillsborough, and he passed a few years back, and we did a charity match to raise money for his family, and Uriah anyway referee in game, and he knew Forbes as well, like so. He sort of spent a bit of time around us, lads. I didn't chat to I didn't chat to him as if I'm like saying he's a mate, but yeah, that's a shame. That
Yeah, it is. It is a big shame. Jack on the United owners says they need to know when to spend and which areas. Let go of the utility players and stop leaving gaps in the squad. That's more than that's the owners green light the spend, don't they? It's more for Wilder and the recruitment team to identify filling gaps. To be fair.
Thing is, well, about this list and all, this list of players will have been drawn up in January, end of January transfer window. So it's not like we're going to be just thinking, oh, we've not made it to the Premiership now, so right, we're going to have to draw up a list and think of players that we can sign. They'll have had one list at Premiership if we got promoted.
We've been working off two lists for years.
Yeah,
years and years.
So I'm sure we'll be prepared. I'm very sure.
Yeah, United have sent it out as a tweet. No, that's a shame.
A refereeing legend, weren't he?
He was. Mark says, was at my brother's best mate's wedding, and he said Alan Shearer was the worst player to referees. To ref. Okay, to ref against ref the match of. Yeah. Okay. If we won't pay $5 million for Mepham, who would we go for? Not seeing a lot of centre backs at the minute. It's something we can talk about. I think it probably needs a bit of time to put a list together, maybe. Rest in peace, Uriah Rennie. Met him several times. Really nice man, says here. Sad news about Irish Rennie. Oh, Uriah Rennie. I suppose that's it. I didn't know whether you were sort of using a nickname of his there, but that'll be a typo. Rest in peace, says David. We got linked with that Shionte Hansen from them. He's looking like an interesting player. Guess who else is looking at him? Birmingham. They're just copying us. Also, how much for Hellick from Oxford?
It's going to be like when we were promoted to Premiership.
Villa.
Villa were getting linked. We were getting linked then. Yeah. Villa would get linked.
Matty Cash ended up at Villa, didn't he? Ollie Watkins. Yeah. How much for Hellick from Oxford?
He's only just joined, so they're going to want. They're going to want. I bet 4 or 5 mil for him. They'd probably want, wouldn't they?
I got laughed at.
He's a big unit, him, isn't he?
He's a big goal-scoring defensive machine, is what he is. Andy the Blade was telling us to sign him, and I got laughed at. He sent Shearer off. What a guy was Uriah. Well, there you go. That's from a Sunderland fan, unsurprisingly. Rest in peace, Uriah, and rest in peace, Uriah Rennie, says Ben. Yeah, absolutely. That's a shame. What a loss to the footballing world. Do you think we sign another striker? I talked about this before, Jack. I don't think we sign a statement striker. I don't think we'll be in the market for a Danny Ings or somebody else like that. I don't think we'll make a statement signing at striker. I think I could see us signing a McBurney or an Emil Reese, somebody to complement the strikers we currently have. But we paid a lot of money for Tom Cannon. Tyrese Campbell's our main boy, and Kiefer Moore gives us a different option. I don't think we're going to look to. Oh, what a shot by Nico! I don't see us spending money to push those three down the pecking order. It don't make sense for us really when we rate the three that we've already got. Can you what do you think about signing another striker, Jord?
I think I'm more looking in defensive area where we're needing players. I don't think it's a priority.
And wing if we're sticking with current formation for me as well.
Yeah, I think, Tyrese Campbell had a good season. He just needs to get fitter. We can get him, even if it's 80 minutes a game, we're pushing towards, and, we've got a decent striker there. I really hope Tom Cannon can, start firing and get a bit of confidence behind him. I'm not sure. I'll give him a little bit more time. But, yeah, we're spending 10, 13 mil, whatever it were, on Cannon. I think we will prioritise the defence because we're really short in that area now. So, where's in? If we're doing it, you know, Brewster might sign another contract as well. He's been offered one.
Yeah.
So we're going to be stacked. If he does, you know, we're going
Yeah,
to be
if
stacked.
we don't know, do we? We don't know whether he will or not. Justin says, can see a team like Burnley going after someone like Tanganga. If the 1.2 is true, and I know there's been some speculation that it's been a typo and he might be 12.
It's a typo error, which, to be honest, I think one at teams going up, if he's got a £1.2 million release clause to a Premiership team, one of them teams would sign him.
They'll be scrambling, won't they, for him? And
yeah, that's. I mean, it's not a lot. You know, it is a lot of money when you say 1.2 million, but in football terms, that's pennies.
So if Burnley are looking at, would it Mepham? Did they say? Somebody said earlier Burnley were looking at Mepham.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they sign Tanganga instead for 1.2?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that for me is the deal that you do if you're looking for a centre half at Premier League level, particularly if you're going up.
Yeah.
Autocorrect says, I know, pal. Apparently that 1.2 wasn't a typo that someone said. So multiple Prem teams are linked. Yeah, I didn't think it would be. It was circulated too widely to be a typo, in my opinion. Helic turning 30 this year, not much resale potential on him. You don't need resale potential if they're going to do your job. I think there's too much emphasis placed on will they make it at Premier League level? What is their resale value? Some players you just have to sign for the here and now. And I don't mind signing a player in their peak if they are going to do the job that's required of them. If Helic comes in at 30-year-old this year, we'd have to pay £4 million for him now, probably more, like Jord says. But if we were to do that, I don't think we should necessarily now. I think it's too late. But if we did, then it would be to have an immediate impact.
Yeah.
And he would be the best defender at the club. Certainly if an L goes, he would be a point of our foundation now. So it's about getting them players at the right time. What did Oxford sign him for? £1 million?
We've been crying out for probably an experienced head. I know obviously Jack Robinson, the classing as an experienced head, but it's not a captain material for me. But someone like Elliot coming in, it's a proper experienced head at back that had organised well, which is what we saw Suter did, you know. So
Lee sorted him out here.
You what, sorry?
Lee sorted him out here. Jim was shouting about Helic last summer. He went to Oxford for 1.5. It cost 3 times that to get him out of there now. Yeah, thank you, Lee. Thank you. I agree. Scott says, I've said about Hansen for a few windows now. He's a good winger and won't be silly money. Don't know anything about him, Scott, if I'm honest.
She's on about James Hansen. We signed him. Him when he won.
Yeah, I don't know about a good young player. Another Dutch wonder kid, Hansen says Jack. As I said, I don't know him. Not played Football Manager for a long time. GT Blade says, sad news indeed. Best ref this country has had. Used to ref in the Premier League on a Saturday and the Sheffield Sunday League the next day. That's class, that. Super Positive Jack says, I want our fitness sorted with some players as well. I want Tom Cannon to start firing and Tom Davies to stay fit. I'd like to see Brooks more. Looks great, Jack. Decent record as well. And he's rapid, says Scott. There you go. There you go. 2-2. Portugal against España. Spain now in possession. What, we're on nearly 73 minutes, Jord?
The second half's not been... There's not a lot that's happened, has there? Apart from Portugal scoring, it's not...
It's not been as lively, has it?
They've attacked, you know, both teams have attacked with ball, but when they've got to edge at box, they've sort of not really done much with it and just lost possession. So it's lacked a bit of quality second half, I think.
Yeah. Which is crazy to say, isn't it, really?
There's 2 subs coming on now. Inacio's coming off and Renato Vega's coming on for Portugal. And number 40, it's Mingueza is also coming off. And it's Rafael Leao of AC Milan, who's been said that he wants to leave AC Milan and they want 60 million quid for him. And he's a rapid winger, isn't he?
Lorenzo Luca, thanks to Lee for sending me this. 24-year-old striker at Udinese, 6'7". 12 goals in 33, valued at 20 mil.
Yeah, we're not going to be signing him then, are we?
No, I think the question we're about is somebody going to pick him up. I don't know whether he's been linked.
6'7". That's a great unit.
I know.
Same size as Peter Crouch. What a striker he were, by the way.
Crouchy. Couldn't quite do the robot like Job Motson, though, could he?
No. I think I invented it and then told him to do it.
Yeah, he's funny, he's grouchy. I think games like Football Manager have made people think players who are in their late 20s are too old to be able to do a job at their club. Yes, agreed. I have fallen into this trap before, by the way, when I was younger as well, thinking Football Manager was the oracle of where to find all the information on players.
Yeah.
And they are, to be honest, it's not too far away from that, because they do all the work. They have scouts all over they employ scouts, like top clubs employ scouts to find out the information about players.
Right.
And I remember, and sorry to Andy the Blade for calling him out here, but if he'd been to watch a player and he didn't get the correct height, or he wanted to double check, I think he was right-footed but can use both feet, he would ask me to go and find out on Football Manager. Because we knew that they were 95% accurate on what they were saying.
Yeah.
I don't mean with the stats that they give for players, because obviously that's subjective, but in terms of a lot of the like the date of birth and stuff like that it's going to be right. Yeah. All the like real info, the history of what clubs.
Unless you're that bloke that played for Lazio that said he was 18 and he looked about 55.
Yeah, very true. Or Yakubu. I think he was 45 playing in Premier League.
He was class though, wasn't he?
Yeah, well.
Here comes Nico Williams.
Always looks like something's going to happen when he's on ball.
And he gives it to Yamal.
Gives it to Yamal.
And it's straight down keeper's throat. He saves it.
Those two of the boys, they're the keys, aren't they? They're the keys.
They really are. Yeah. And it's like I say, it's frightening that they're both young lads and they're going to be part of this Spain team for a long time to come. There's been a few subs now, and also I can't tell which players are bleeding which.
I think it's Ronaldo.
We didn't see subs, did we? They didn't have them on lineup, so I don't even know who's properly come on.
Makes me laugh though. You look at, I was just watching then. Ronaldo, it's 77 minutes. He's 40-year-old. He's leading the press, really properly closing them down as well. You think absolutely unreal. It's.
He works hard for it though, doesn't he? He's in the gym
does.
every day. It's crazy.
Oh,
imagine how hard he's got to work though to keep that fit. At that age, and at this level as well. He must be putting some 8 hours in the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be. Jack says it always looks like something's going to happen when Robbo's on the ball too. Yeah, not quite in the same way as Nico Williams and Jimmy and Lamal. But I know what you mean, pal. Ian says Isco on for Ruiz and Marino on for Pedri. There you go, Jord. Thank you, Ian, for keeping us professional.
Lau plays ball into back stick. Oh, that's a great header from Cucurella, because Nelson Semedo were running straight onto that for a volley. He's got some. I mean, I've not seen too much on him, but Rafael Lau is very highly rated. Let's say another quick winger. Another quick, skillful winger.
You reckon if Cucurella had an haircut, he'd be like a stone lighter? It just looks like it weighs a ton, that hair, to me.
David Luiz, that same haircut there.
Yeah. That were a bit lighter, though. That looked a bit bouncier to me, that. A little bit airier.
It's like Cucurella's hair's weighing him down.
Yeah, it does a bit. It does.
Bit of pushing and shoving it box between Normand and Diaz. Referee comes across to have a word. Ronaldo's getting face on.
David says, I did all the South American teams for Championship Manager. There you go. Lee says, the issue with Anson Jack is he was sold by Ajax as he couldn't break through into the first 11 consistently from Tokomst Academy. The academy, the standard in the Eredivisie outside the top 3 or 4 isn't great. It's interesting. Keeper's down. Costa's down for Portugal, the keeper.
He's just doing a Wes Fotheringham, and he's just having a bit of a time out. He'll get back up and play on.
Wes liked to sit down every 5 games or so, didn't he?
I think that would just when we were under a bit of pressure, I think he was just letting players have a bit of time out and killing momentum at other team because he always used to carry on. You could tell there was no wrong with him.
Scott says, I'm sure I saw a post from Ronaldo that he did a fitness check or a body check, and apparently he's got the body and fitness of a 28-year-old. Don't surprise me. Not very aerodynamic, is it? No, the hair. It's not, Rob. It's not. I don't think so. Probably loses half a yard, doesn't he? Lee says, could be a late developer in May. Fit, but if top Dutch clubs aren't looking at him at 23 years old, there must be something missing. Yeah, sounds about. I haven't seen him, so I can't judge. But both good points on from both sides of the argument. Justin says, if Arsenal want to continue to be so good on set pieces, they should go after Will Vaulks from Oxford, as he's basically like Rory Delap with the long throws. I'm not convinced Will Vaulks from Oxford, former Wednesdayite, would get in Arsenal's 11.
I know a player who would be great for him that takes long throws.
Oh, mate.
Jack Robinson. It'd be a great signing.
Can they afford to get him out of Sheffield United? That's
everyone's got a price.
Listen, if they pay 30 million for Aaron Ramsdale, we can at least get 20 for Jack Robinson out of him.
At least.
Outswinger from Portugal, headed clear by Spain, and now it's
playing. Oh, that's a yellow card, surely, because Nico Williams we're on a run there. It is.
Silly that. But, took one for the team. Move to Twitter to avoid the ads. Hang on, just let me...
Sorry.
See if I can... Ian, can you remove that comment, please, and hide the user?
I reckon you should put him on a timeout again, Ian.
Okay, I'm just going to knock off Twitter users now. No, I'm not. I'm only joking. But Jamie, I'd like you to come back over, please. Or I will be banning you as a user on X. When he's not had a run around at Shirecliffe yet, he says, yeah, that's true. Fair call, we can pull his hamstring as well as anyone. Awesome clumsy sod running into him in pre-season. Rob says, we had Rory Delap at Sunderland and didn't attempt one long throw ever. Imagine how shocked when he rocked up at Stoke throwing bombs. Yeah. Deb says, help both channels grow. Please like and subscribe. Best Blades content. Blade channel going. Thank you, Deb. I don't know what happened there.
What have you done there?
I don't know. I clicked the wrong one. We're 2 away on this channel from 21. And Blades Ramble.
Let's go.
Still 2 away. It's 2.
That's a great shot. A good save.
Good save.
Shot from 25 yards out. Curler into the top right-hand corner, and Diogo Costa flings his body across, tips it up at bar.
Can't on this channel. Oh, yeah, Ian, we need to sort that out, don't we?
Brian, then, isn't it, on here?
Brian's on here, yeah, but we need to sort Ian out as well as a fellow mod.
Good save. Quick corner taken from Spain. Yamal plays it to Isco. Then comes back to Yamal. He tries an out swing outside at foot cross.
What?
It's a back stick. And it's a foul. It's a foul on Ruben Diaz.
Jamie Dumpling. It's Jamie Harris on X, Bri. I don't think we can remove it, to be honest. Don't think we can remove it as a comment. George, look at this. This is a new feature. I don't know if you've seen it. But it's right over the sponsors. So next time someone comments, it'll come up in over the Match Bingo logo, I think. We'll soon try it out. But Justin says, I only said Will Vaulks because I feel like it would be cheaper than Robinson. Yeah, it would. It would. You'd have to pay a lot of money to get Jack Robinson out of Sheffield United. It has to be said. It has to be said. Got a feeling we won't lose Coops or Anel, but I'm worried about losing Peck and Burrows and Gus, says Ben. You see that? See how it pops up in corners yard?
I do. I can see it.
It's part of beta, that. It's a test that they're doing. I'll take it off now.
Oh, Spain are in. Oh! See? You're getting me looking at that. Spain nearly scored.
Offside, mate. Offside, not to worry about.
Gasby's flag up again. They were miles off.
Miles off. It was a lovely little dink, but the Portuguese defender was sweeping round back and cleared it anyway.
Does this does this go straight to penalties or wait extra time?
I'm not sure, mate. No, I think it'll be extra time, won't it? I'll be surprised if it wasn't. I've just been notified, though, that if you're watching on YouTube, you don't see the X comments, which is good. So I don't have to read Jamie's comments. In fact, if it goes to extra time, I'm going to knock the X transmission off, or whatever you call it.
And then we lose 500 viewers.
Yeah, we will, mate. But we'll have genuine ramblers watching with us. That's what we want. People who are trying to help us grow the channel. If it stays 2-2, there will be extra time. And you will only, thank you, Debs, and you will only be able to see it on Behind the Ramble. Thank you for the person updating me on these YouTube comments. I think the most likely are Nell and Sousa to go. Yes, I think that's probably about right. I'm searching our YouTube chat. I can't see him, mate. There you go. That's what I've been told as well. Actually, you can't see them. I can because it's through StreamYard. So don't worry about it. I just won't read them. Please help us build the channel. Like, subscribe, and share. We are the best Blades channel on the net, and be a part of our team, folks. Thank you, Bri. Rest in peace, Uriah Rennie, says Sam from Facebook. Won't be able to comment on Facebook in the next 5 minutes, but thank you for commenting, mate. And absolutely right. Rest in peace, Uriah Rennie. It's nice to see Costa has calmed his temperament and learned to keep. You need to remove the subscribe button that shows all videos. You can change in settings. The subscribe button. It shows over match bingo. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. Yes, I see what you mean. Okay. Does it show over the QR code? I don't mind the logo being covered slightly, but does it show over the QR code, Paul? I can move the logo around. Thinking else stays as we won't get resale value for him. And you never know. He's got a young family settled in the area and might be happy where he is. If he were happy where he is, pal, he'd have signed the contract, big boy. Signed the contract.
He's gone down injured.
He's raging as well.
Yep. So there's going to be he's coming off. He's definitely coming off. I don't know whether it's cramp or.
He's raging.
It's all right. You know, it's a good finish, his goal. It's just showing you a replay again. Like I say, he's proper up to stretch his right foot out. When you saw it in live play, you thought, oh, nice easy tapping for him. It's a lot harder than you think.
Right, thank you, Paul. Thank you, mate. Paul, you'll have to message me and let me know. Best way to funnel people through to YouTube rather than I've got 450 people watching on X and about 60 watching on YouTube. Jord, can you give me any tips on my watch along? Because like you, I don't have any interesting facts or reference. Wow. Is that like a give with one hand, slap with the other?
I'll take it as a compliment.
How do you pad it out so well? He's come back with. He's a blagger, mate. He's a rambler.
Right. Just research team, have a look at players, and blag it.
Yeah, blag it.
You'll do well. Trust me.
Yeah, and I only do the last bit, so so you'll be fine, Brett. Don't worry about that. And Brett can burst into song. We've all heard he's a talented singer. Straight to pens, I reckon, says Mitch.
I'd like that.
Realistic statement signing, says Jack.
Statement signing. Yamal.
There's videos
and realistic, yeah.
Jack, you are burning through potential content pieces here, pal, with some of these questions. He's getting carried by the chat, says Jack. Harsh. If we lose any of our top players this summer, it's the player's choice. So although I'd be disappointed, I have to say see ya and move on. Agreed, as long as it's not Michael Cooper. Win, lose or draw will only be on YouTube for more. It's got to be the ramble all the way. Yes, you do. Yes, Dublin Blade. Right, we're up to yeah, okay. Can you all move over to YouTube, please? Because in the next 2 minutes, I'll be closing down the X and Facebook streams, and I will see you on YouTube, where you'll only be able to see us on Behind the Ramble for extra time if it happens, or pens if it happens. Jamie says he's moved again. You're a fool. You're a fool. But you're our fool, mate. Brett tried to find a co-host that does all the carrying. Yeah, he's not going to do that because I'm the co-host. So I had to do the majority of commentating through the England game with Lee because he was the fact man.
Oh, that's probably why.
Didn't go great.
That's probably why 500 switched off then.
It probably is. It's probably no. That weren't Lee. That weren't the Lee stream. That was the.
No,
Gaz
what about
stream
you
earlier.
commentating?
You're disgraceful. You're an absolute joke. I used to do these on my own. Can you believe? Connor wants Cooper. Connor can want
You
what
can
he
want
likes.
him as much as he likes.
Yeah.
Oh, foul on Leao. Just outside the box on the left-hand side. And it's a yellow card for Lenormand.
I want Margot
This is
Robbie.
perfect time to score.
Ronaldo subbed off, so it's definitely extra time first. Yeah, true, because they'd have kept him on, wouldn't they, for pens?
Yeah.
If I did one, I'll be blagging the whole game. David, I know you can do that. I know you can do that. Connor wants half the Blade squad just in. Yeah, Connor can whistle, is what Connor can do. He wants everything he can't have. That's right. Please don't close the X stream. Docker, come and join us. Come and join us on YouTube. Come over. Come over and subscribe to the channel. Some other streamers say pay your rent. I will never use that term because I think it's weak. But what they're saying is help the creator out by showing that support. Need a fact off, Jord, says Rob.
Bruno Fernandes. Oh, Simon.
Oh,
tipped it
punched
out.
away and it ricochets off a Portugal man, so it's out for a goal kick.
Need a fact.
Very true, Scott. Yeah, a fact off. So facts that people reel off about players. Statement signing, Jack, would be Georgi Chekvatadze if Hamer goes. It would be a statement signing.
I gave you a fact earlier, in fact.
Go on then.
Cristiano Ronaldo scored 8 in his last 9 games.
Didn't you read that off the screen?
No.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, we had Humber Bridge facts yesterday. Can you get anywhere near that? That's my question.
Yeah.
Not
that
that the lad had been anywhere near the Humber Bridge himself. Wait, Connor wants players after not putting them into their team of 3. Listen, the one thing that you will find on the internet is a lot of people will flip flop. This is why I always full time. In fact, that's a great place to cut me off. Full time.
I didn't want your timer carry on going.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. The Ronaldo Messi debate is over. It's done. Ronaldo still performing at his age is just superhuman stuff. Messi can't do that. How do we know that, Pete? Have we been watching the Argentinian recently? He's still playing for Argentina, isn't he? Anyone still choosing Messi now has a low footy IQ. Well done, Ronaldo, for shutting up the haters. Pete, you're very aggressive. And the caps are obviously intended because you've mixed it up. So, Pete, firstly, nobody's saying Ronaldo's a bad player. Jordan's done nothing but praise how brilliant Ronaldo has been for playing at this level till 40. I would always try and counter the argument by giving the balance by saying we see a lot more of Ronaldo because he plays in Europe for his national team. We don't see as much of Messi for Argentina. So how do we know that Messi's not doing a similar thing for Argentina? We don't know that. You might. I don't. So what Ronaldo has done is absolutely incredible. But you can't say that Messi isn't incredible as well without knowing that. Because it can be possible for them both to be absolutely brilliant, which is why the GOAT debate is such a good one. So I think that's a little bit harsh and a little bit shouty of you, Pete, to be honest. So Bryce says, Pete, don't shout, please, mate. Thanks. Right, Jamie Dumpling says, I'm the only one left on Facebook. You were the only one left on Facebook, Jamie Dumpling. Removed.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
And to all our ex-followers, please come over for the extra time and potential penalties because that stream is also now done. My ears, Pete. Scott, you see, you're hurting Scott's ears by shouting like that. Humber Bridge was the fib, Jimmy. I think you're probably right. That was a fib. I think you're probably right. I will be shocked if it was true. But I would not doubt Lee for a minute. Lee would never fabricate so many things. I just get so frustrated. Everyone chooses Messi and they don't even watch him play. But so you may watch him play. You may watch him play, but what about those that don't watch Messi play and watch and choose Ronaldo because of that? Thank you, Pete, for your comment, says Dublin Blade. Pete says the intelligence of the average fan is non-existent, and this is so frustrating. Oh, Pete with your Tottenham badge. You can't come over here and belittle everybody for saying Ronaldo's having a great game at his age, because that's all it is. And you're coming in here and shouting at everybody for saying, how dare you say anything but, how anyone could ever compare Lionel Messi, that pathetic little weed of a footballer. Ridiculous. No more all caps or will be removed. Bry does not mess about. He's not a fan of the caps. He's not a fan of the caps. We ain't average fans, Pete. We're Blades. Correct, Scott. Correct. Very abrupt ending that. Oh, look who's back. Look who's come crawling back to YouTube. Is he here? The dumpling. Ben says Messi and Ronald are two different players with two different profiles. So it's quite hard to put one above the other. I agree with that, Ben, completely. One will top trumps the other in certain categories, and the other will beat the other in others.
Yeah.
Completely agree with you. That's why it's such an interesting debate. The Tottenham badge says it all, says right. No comment. I'd say
European champions.
I'd say Messi is, yeah, that's true. European champions, mate. I'd say Messi is the GOAT of this. How dare you, Danny? How dare you say Messi is the GOAT of this generation? But Ronaldo's a better goal scorer. Still rather have Jackie Long throw. Well, that says anything. The Ronaldo Messi debate is over. It's Chris Porter. Lee says, Humber Bridge fact was a fib, Jamie. You are correct. His actual favourite piece of architecture is the Tinsley Viaduct. The Tinsley Viaduct. Go on, Lee. Go on, Lee. Oh, no, we're back on already. Hang on.
We're not kicked off yet. You're all right.
I am so rubbish at these timers.
What's he waiting for? Yeah, just blow your whistle. Some of us have got working.
Blow your whistle. Do you remember that song?
I don't know.
It's got a rude word in it, so I won't say it.
Hey, here we go. And we're off.
What's that?
What's that put on here?
Balls. It's because it kept running in background.
Disgusting behaviour.
Well, I'm miles behind now.
Pete, I thought the playoff final was robbery for you. It should have been up. It should have been 2-0 up. Well,
yeah, we thought we should have been as well, Pete.
We could have been 2-0 up when Andre Brooks went through and fluffed his lines as well. So it's
it's on us. It's on us. We don't blame anyone else, and Sunderland were full value for it.
We had his chances to put that game to bed, and we didn't. And Sunderland took theirs.
Scott says, "Thanks, Pete. You can stay." Brett says, "Nothing but respect for you, Jord, the OG of watch-alongs, mate. The OG." Been doing it half a season. Don't care about the debate. Jackie Longthrow would have them both in his pocket for the first minute. IP7 and only has access to YouTube. Don't know what you mean. Home funk. GT says, imagine Ronaldo in the Championship next season. Leeds fan Joe says, love the Uber videos. Thank you, pal. And Rob comes in looking very cool. Because someone went up. And you know, it's his place to be smugging it.
Yep. Fair play.
Fair enough.
To be honest, he's quite good because he don't get out. He just. Oh,
I thought that were in.
Right chance.
Thought that were in.
It's Nelson Semedo from about 6 yards out. Ball comes across box. I think was it put in by?
Home funk now shouting the Messi Ronaldo debate ain't a debate. It's Messi.
Oh, he probably fluffs his lines there. He tries to like curl it back across goal, and he kicks it onto his own knee, and it goes wide. Nico Williams has come off. And
so
Alex Baena has come on.
I've got a message from Lee, who's giving me a fact. Now, he's not even on stream, and he's giving me more facts than you, Jord. Fact, Spain and Portugal have met a total of 40 times, of which 11 matches were competitive, which resulted in 6 victories for Portugal, 17 draws, and 17 victories for Spain. But he does know that's from Wikipedia.
fact here. Ruben Diaz.
Look at you Googling.
No, this is one off my head just because I've seen his name pop up. Ruben Diaz is currently dating Maya Jama. Fact.
Ruben Diaz has got it all in it.
Yep.
Home Funk, you was warned. Home Funk is timed out, says Bry. Oh dear, Scott and Bry on the case. Pete says, I'm fuming with all the pro Messi comments. They don't have ball knowledge. This is what I have to deal with. Very sad. Do you know what, Pete? It's an opinion, mate. It's an opinion. You believe it or not, you are not 100% right because it's subjective. You may feel very strongly that Ronaldo is the better player, and that's absolutely great. And you'll get a lot of people that agree with you. But if some people think Messi is better, they're able to say so out there. Let's be right. And it's not a bad name to put in the mix, in my opinion. I don't see him as often as I see Ronaldo, but we can appreciate his talents. Ronaldo is the Bugatti Veyron. Messi is the Lamborghini. Okay. Leeds fan Joe says, Jimmy, fair play too. The Blades gave us Leeds fans rubbish and you took it on the chin. You took it on the chin. Fair play. It goes, haha. Think you will do great, mate, next season. Hope you're right, pal. We don't swear on the
Fingers
street.
crossed we do the same as what you've done.
Yeah, we're planning a bit of a Leeds blueprint if we can. We'll take 100 points now, won't we, Jord?
100? No,
Yeah, we'll take 100 points.
105.
Just to do one better than them.
Yeah.
Any news on where the Blades are going for summer training? No, not officially yet. No, Paul. Not officially. Joe, no swearing, please. Family channel, mate. Thank you, Bry. Ronaldo Messi debate should include Oliver Burke. Yes, that's true. That's true. You leave it out the third goat there, aren't you?
Fact. Oliver Burke's just married Megan McKenna.
He married her?
Married her.
She's a nutcase, but she is lovely looking.
He's got best agent in Wales, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Best
Do you think his agent sorted her out?
Set it up for missus.
You think his agent sorted him out with his relationship as well?
Probably.
Because he's leveled up there, hasn't he? To be fair. He has done it to Joe Gibson. Let's be right. Or a Jord Motson, as it could well be known.
Jord Motson's punching.
Yeah. So is Jimmy, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Right. Gaz says, note to self, don't leave the wife in the pub. 3 bottles of wine and her ability to stand up is compromised. Gaz. Yeah. You might enjoy that bit later. Jamie says, don't tell the missus, Jimmy, you know who Maya Jammer is. You'll be in the doghouse by 4 p.m. You strongly overestimate that she watches Behind the Ramble, pal. She's not sat here watching Behind the Ramble in the other room as we watch Spain against Portugal. Who's going to be the next Messi and Ronaldo? Yamal's got to be in conversation.
Yeah.
He's got to be in conversation for it. I bet Pete wanted to keep Ange. Yamal and Ty Campbell, says Scott. Yeah, that's true. Imagine Ronaldo against Robbo. No, thank you.
No, it's Yamal. You got it wrong. It's Yamal and Sidney Peck.
Oh, yes. That's brilliant, guys. Crease me saying compromised. Her vertical position has been compromised, or however you put it. Love that. Sorry for swearing. I know you're keeping Wilder. No problem, pal. And yes, all day long. That's just my opinion, but I think we will as well as a club.
I think they will. I'll be surprised if we let him go.
Pete's coming in the chat with steam blowing out of his ears. I know. I think there must have been some Arsenal fans into it. Or something, excuse me. Jimmy, can you see what we are deleting? If I've read it out, then no. If I haven't read it out, then yes. It doesn't show me anything's deleted, but I don't know whether it's still in the flow. As a Liverpool fan, it would be so funny if we get the title 21 and Leeds relegate Man United. Yeah, I know you'd be happy with that. He's done a very good job.
Crazy with Man U though is they're in £1 billion worth of debt or whatever it is, and yet then they've spent 60 million on Cunha. They're trying to sign Mbuemo for 60 million, and then Gyökeres has been linked with 60 million. So that's 180 million quid, but yet they're meant to be in big trouble.
Oh,
Cucurella shot goes over the bar. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So it's how does that? But then teams like Villa, who've done well in Champions League, they'll have got some decent money in, and they're struggling with PSR rules. I don't get it.
I agree. The other thing about Man United so we are getting a lot of debate in our Ramble chat and other things that we're hearing about not signing players that are good enough for the Premier League. So the players that have been linked, well, why are we even linked with them? And we've already had a little bit of a discussion tonight about, look, get the players in that get you out of the league.
Yeah.
I think players like Brian Mbeumo that's linked to Man United, I don't think he's being signed to be the next Ronaldo in terms of they don't see him as a superstar signing. They see him as the type of player that will get them back in towards Champions League level football.
Don't get me wrong, he's a great player. It's the money.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, but
I don't. I think Brian Mbeumo is a great player. He's proved it at that level for Brentford. So it'll be a good signing for him. It's the money that they're spending. I don't get how, because they've not even got European football next season.
Yeah,
but surely they've got it. But Man City's been overlooked, haven't they? With how much they spent and got away with 15 charges. It's as if they protect big teams and then don't care about anyone else.
Shout out to Paul Lazenby, who's just become a Rambler on Patreon. Lovely run.
They're shouting for a penalty. It was a run by Nuno Mendes. Oh, are they scrapping here?
Scrapping.
Well, they're not scrapping, but they're shoving each other over on the floor and people are taking dives.
This is our second little scuffle of the day.
I think it were number 16 who come on for Spain. He must have said something to Nuno Mendes, because Mendes got into the box and I think he fell over his own feet, to be honest. And then Portugal were claiming for a penalty. And number 16 for Spain obviously didn't take kindly to it and then shoved him over. And then it just caused a big sort of handbags. Mendes has got a yellow card. And
16 for Spain.
16, yeah.
It was a sub, so we don't know who he is.
I said his name. I said his name when he come on, and I forgot it because it come up on obviously on ITV. Let's have a look. Oh, I can't see his bloody name. Let's have a look. I will get it. It is Alex Baena.
Alex Baena
plays for Villarreal.
So there's going to be a red card check here.
I think this is from shoving in it.
This is from scuffle.
This is what we missed, to be honest, because the ball got cleared and then it happened behind camera.
Right, so while they're doing this, let's get through some comments. Ian, of course, I believe he did. The Spurs board need to go. He's made us European champions and then sacked. So this is pro Ange. What a disgrace to the game, says Pete. Gaz Dunn says you could say she's offside. Rob, no, it wasn't close. You were miles off. Come on over to the YouTube Ramble, people. Thank you, Paul. Bryce says, please help us build the channel. Like, subscribe, and share. We're the best Blades channel on the net. Be a part of the team, folks. Play on is what they're saying.
Yeah, no red card, check on.
Blades are coming for warm weather training in Ireland. You heard it here first. John says, please can you do a video with Joe? I've had nothing to watch as a Burnley fan. I've only got the Blades and Connor to watch. John, you're more than welcome here anytime. Joe, yeah, I'm happy to do so. The thing is, with Connor and Joe, I love doing content with them. Not loved, I love doing content with them. They're my mates, as you know. I was doing content with Joe before I was doing content with Connor at times. So, always up for getting together with them.
Oh, Rafael Lau into the box.
Well done.
Oh, great defending.
Well
it's a
done.
corner to Portugal.
But it's got to be worthwhile content, John. So what could a Sheffield United and a Burnley fan be chatting about now? What could a Leeds fan and a Sheffield United fan be chatting about now? Unless there's any serious links like with Cooper to Leeds or something like that. And that is the problem we've got. Connor has been sort of messaging me saying, what can we do? What sort of things can we look at? But we're not even in the same league next season. So we can't do like a championship roundup or a Premier League roundup that fits naturally. So...
Oh, this is... sorry. Portugal, one of the Portuguese players come up to take a corner, and Spanish fans are throwing stuff onto the pitch. Now, it's only paper, but it's stupid. It
not great, is it?
Winds me up, that. Sorry to put in.
No, mate, you're fine. It's got to be just to finish off on that, John. There's got to be a reason for the content.
Yeah.
Even though we really enjoy working with each other, It's got to be purposeful, really, and it doesn't necessarily fit. I'm looking at doing some content with Callum Fowler next season, like a weekly thing, which I'm really looking forward to. It's obviously new for the channel. But
See,
that
like with
wasn't a foul.
With that, he does a lot of EFL stuff, doesn't he?
He does EFL exactly right. I was just going to tell you.
We're in the EFL, so
And we're in.
Fits, doesn't it?
We're in South Yorkshire. We're going to be looking at doing something. The pitch was that he suggested was we do like a football 11 type thing.
Yeah.
And get fans on from different local clubs if we can and stuff like that. So,
but to be honest, that'll work well because your 90 after 90 technically is like that.
Yeah, it is a bit
calling in.
It is.
So that's sort of naturally easy for you to do that because it's just involving other teams then instead, isn't it? So
yeah, agreed. Think it's bad I want to support Blades as well, says Leeds Van Joe. Mate, you're more than welcome. The more the merrier. We need what we can. And when we're off to Spurs now, apparently with Frank. Really? No,
Wow.
he sounds like he's got his heart set on Man U.
Oh, ball chipped up at top.
Oh,
Mendes flashes it across the box.
He's
now at the back stick and he heads it straight at keeper with the offside. Yeah, Mendes played a beautiful ball. It was a free kick and he made a running behind left.
A scoop,
right,
wasn't it?
Yeah, he scooped Bob at top and he just flashes it straight across box and there was no one there to put it in net. But
lovely phase of play. It's Portugal at minute on top.
It's been a good game, to be honest, and it's been closer than I expected. I thought Spain were going to walk all over these.
Yeah, I did, mate. I did. But have Messi and Ronaldo done it in the Championship like Illiman? That's true. That's true, Mitch. You need to put him in conversation, I think. United also sacking off half their staff to keep the club afloat. Yeah, that's right. It's what George's been saying, isn't it? How can they penny pinch at one end at club and then be splashing 180 million at top at pitch?
I just find it strange. It's it's not right, but it'll keep happening.
So have our porcine friends, Scott. Jamie says, if is Man City's 115 charges ever going to be dealt with? Probably not. They'll delay it as long as they can. Gaz says, terrific idea with Gaz. Enjoyed it to the max. Up the Blades, up all the rambles. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you, Paul. It was a really good stream with Gaz. Oh.
Jamal, then he had a shot from 30 yards out, straight at keeper.
Everybody's brought something different. I've really enjoyed the streams, Paul, I have to say. Lee says, Unai Simon helping to stop the handbags, runs in the family. His dad was a member of the Spanish Civil Guard and his mother was a policewoman. You see, Lee, I question everything now. I question everything. That sounds like a very feasible fact.
Is that a red herring again?
Yeah. It sounds like a feasible fact, but you're then going to tell me, and he lived down the road from me in Halifax when before he signed for.
Yeah, that's it. That's correct. It were Foreign Simon.
Yeah, it was. He's messaging me now saying it's true. It's true. What's your thoughts? Was it a penalty to Portugal or the correct decision not to give it? Which one?
Well, that when handbags were kicking off.
No, it wasn't a penalty for me.
It weren't a penalty, no.
He lost control of the ball, Pete, so no pen, says Bry. There's one man that could tell us, but I think he's dealing with his wife at the moment. That is half-time in extra time. Still Desmond. You two still at it? Yes, Marcus Meldrew. Have you had a little power nap, have you, to sleep off some more of the booze? Justin says, I don't think anyone understands the financial side. I think Villa and Forest could be in trouble as UEFA's financial rules are more strict and they are both in Europe next season while Man U aren't. Right, okay. I don't understand the financial rules, Justin. I wouldn't pretend to either, but it just, to any layman looking at it, they are cutting staff from the club. That your owner has come out, or your part owner has come out and said they are. Did he say billions in debt? He said there a significant amount of money in.
Well, it were like 750 million or something, weren't it?
Yet you can still pay 180 million at the top end of the pitch, where a lot of people would say it's not really where your main problems are either, to be honest. So it just seems a little bit financially irresponsible. But you'd hope that somebody in a business as huge as Man United would know the restrictions. So you know, I'm sure things will work out. Ask George's relation to come on if they still have a club to follow. He could tell us how big they used to be. Do you know what's going to happen? James Mappin, who's George's cousin, of Wednesday Till I Die podcast. Really good lad. Very, very good presenter. If he wasn't a Wednesdayite, I still watch some of his streams now, and I don't like them at all. But I still watch him because I like him and I like the way he presents. When they go bust, we will welcome him to the Red Half of Sheffield with open arms, and he can do his own show on the Ramble if he wants, as he will be a newly adopted Sheffield United fan, and he will come crawling. Jimmy Jord, can I please wear a red and white shirt? Can I please be a Blade?
No, he'll be doing what I tagged him in on X.
Yeah.
I've got nothing left.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left. Yeah, that's what he'll be like. So yes, he's more than welcome. So when they do go bust and they're a Phoenix club in step 12, then he can come and support Sheffield's real team, Sheffield United. Mark says, bet you're glad them Haribo are kicking in now, Jord. Giving him a second wind.
I've got 2 left.
There you go. There you go. Aren't they a share pack, them, Jord?
Is that what it says? Well, I've shared them, yeah, but with myself.
Jamie says, any chance you could get Kieran Maguire on here? Yeah, I'm sure we could. I'm sure we could to discuss what, Jamie?
Finances.
Yeah, I get that, Jord. But I mean, in what aspect? What do we want him to cover? Again, it's got to be purposeful. It's not just like Kieran Maguire's great at what he does. Really enjoy. Oh no, my timer. We're back underway again.
Add 10 seconds on.
Yeah, add 10 seconds. Just imagine there's an extra 10 seconds added on. Kieran Maguire is great at what he does. He's obviously online in a lot of places now. But what do we want him on to talk about Sheffield United for? If I could sit and talk to him about what's happening at Wednesday, if you want, that would probably be a good Blade.
James had him on, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Because they are really towing with finances.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's not a no, pal.
It's for people like that. I think it only really works when you release your finances, doesn't it? So they can sort of break it down and tell you what you spent what on and where it's gone to, and how much you paid for a certain transfer fee, or they just look at your books, don't they, and make it easy for a fan that don't really know or understand what's involved.
Man United are $1 billion in debt, I've seen, says Mark. There you go. So let's go out and spend 180 million on strikers.
I don't know. I can keep saying it over and over again. It's not going to change.
I've heard that too, Mark says. Brian, I've watched a few of his videos too, Jimmy, meaning Kieran Maguire, I think. Jord, are you on time and a half now? And if it goes to penalties, are you on doubles? Yeah, he is, yeah.
Yeah, cheers for mentioning that.
Absolutely right. Well, his rate is 0, so...
Me invoice will be in post.
His rate's 0, so if he gets time and a half on that and then double that, then he's doing well, isn't he? Proper NBL tackle. Yeah, it is. Ben says, the Football 11 idea with Callum Fowler sounds good, Jimmy. It was his idea, to be honest. He suggested it because we were thinking about what we could do together, and that were his vision. So I don't know how we're going to do it in terms of, we talked about a studio because I've potentially got access to a studio. Shout out to my business group. But whether we do it remotely or in a studio and then get people, don't know. Still some tweaks to suss out, but we'll see. Pete says, I know you probably hate them, but why is the other one called Sheffield Wednesday? What's this day of the week and name all about?
They were formed on a Wednesday.
Is it as simple as that?
It might not be as simple as that. Leanne's dad's told me a bit about it because obviously they're Wednesday fans.
So they named that Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah,
I'm sure the board that got together to create. Oh, that's a great shot from Pedro Porro. Catch it, keeper off his line just because of that ball. Yeah, and I'm sure they had a meeting and it were on a Wednesday or something, and I think they were formed on a Wednesday. I'm sure it's something like that.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. James already getting his new podcast up and running. Wednesday till they have died. Wednesday they have died. Okay. Yeah, nice. Wednesday when they died. Dub, but he gets twice the rate, so double no. Correct, Brad. Correct. They only played on Wednesdays. Sub for Spain. Pino for Lamal and Portugal Jota on for Neto. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you for
You're
that.
star.
Yeah.
Pete, they were formed on a Wednesday. Thank you, Bright. Dublin Blaze says his theme song will be Roy Orbison's Crying Over You. Is that crying from Only Fools when he comes over from the dark side? What a boring club if that's true, Brian. Nothing special, so they just put Wednesday in the name. Yeah. It's like Manchester Monday, innit? It sounds absolutely ridiculous. Man United 1 billion in debt and looking to build a new stadium at 2 billion while making the cleaning lady and the security guard redundant to save money is disgraceful. It's just one level up from paying your staff 700 quid.
So what Man U used to do as well, do you know, like even stewards, they used to have like awards for stewards, like the best steward at week or something, and you'd get like 100 quid, an extra 100 quid in his pay packet. They've even cut that down to 50 quid now. It's ridiculous.
Pigs were named that due to him being a cricket club and only being able to play on Wednesday, says Jamie.
That's a foul. A foul by Pedro Porro, I believe. It's a yellow card.
Played on a Wednesday, that's why, says Gaz. Justin says, I don't know the rule that Forest and Villa are in trouble, but it's a percentage of something. The Premier League's percentage is 80-something, while UEFA's percentage is 70. The new stadium is being funded by the taxpayer as well, not the owner, says Ben. George's on the same wage as me and Scott are on Dublin. Yes, that's true. Hey, we're a growing channel, all right. I can barely get by myself. Gaz says, easiest yellow card, he'll give that. I could have called that one, Gaz, to be fair. And you saw this afternoon, I'm no expert. Honestly, George, you should have seen it today. There were two calls straight away, two quite interesting calls. And Gaz like talked us through them as they were happening. It were really good.
But
there were a penalty overturned, and
that's what I want as well. That's what I love about it.
Well,
that's why I said I love it when Gaz is on or he comes on and talks, because there's what we see as fans. You know, we might think, no, definitely not, and you can argue about it, but he comes and gives it from the referee's point of view, and it gives you some sort of understanding as to why they've given that decision, instead of maybe us being biased towards it not being a foul or, you know, whatever's gone off.
That's right. Push.
It's great to have.
10 minutes left of extra time. Played on Wednesdays because many players were tradesmen who could only play on that day, says Ian. Okay. See, I don't know any of this. I don't care enough about him.
Yeah. I only know because I've got leading family that.
Yeah, you have, mate, on you.
Follow him, so, you know.
Oh, Blades Ramble is 1 away from 8-2. And behind the Ramble, we're still 2 away from 2-1. It was a group of pig farmers that had Wednesday afternoon off to kick a pig bladder around the farmyard. Oh, dear. Nice.
Viva Chansiri.
Too right.
Oh, dear.
Oh, keeper came out.
It was funny because when we were in pub last night, I've got someone on Facebook, and I swear every post he puts is about United. Everything. So I would, you know, give him a bit of stick last night, and he was very quiet. He didn't know what to say, and I just said it was quite funny. All I ever used to see were Poundland Prince this, Poundland Prince that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still got more money than Chansiri, so, you know. And more Premiership years as well.
Yeah. It's embarrassing, isn't it, really? They're very quiet. Video on Ethan Galbraith tomorrow, Blades, if you're about 10 a.m., 10-minute transfers. I'll be live tomorrow, so I may go slightly over 10 minutes. Can't read everybody's comments, so I do apologise now, but we will be there. And then tomorrow, we're releasing the next one of YouTuber. That'll be on Behind the Ramble. So, if you're not already, get your senses tuned in.
2 hours and 40 minutes we've been going for.
I know, mate. I know. Crazy. It's a long old while.
Crazy.
Man United owners have stopped supporting the former players fund that used to help the old players. Oh, I saw that as well.
Yeah. It went about 40 grand or something.
It was a ridiculously low amount in the. I think that was what Gary Neville spoke to him about.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Before the money was huge in footy and on hard times, it has also paid for several funerals.
Like for stuff like that, they could they could do a fundraiser, charity days, and they'd easily make it. It just they want it
Shocking,
wind
innit?
up.
Still do that at their ground, kicking pig's blood around. Still our tradesman, says David. Going to be renamed Sheffield Month of Sundays because that's when they'll get paid. Nice. Come on, Blades, get us over that 2.1 peeps. Thank you, Bri. Some Poundland prints keeps the club sustainable. Some Poundland prints keeps the club sustainable. They'd have him over now. Yeah, they would. Chansiri,
one thing though, he wouldn't have them.
Correct, he wouldn't. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah.
Chansiri's son has just been collared for insider training in Thailand. Oh, Defpon will need some of that Wednesday money to pay for lawyers now as well. That is shocking. That
He'll go to dad. He'll cry to his daddy, won't he?
I know he will. I may be wrong, but Gladys, the tea lady of 42 years, was let go as a cost-saving measure at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I think that were mentioned.
Is this Jim's second one, Jord? Second one, what?
This is Jim's second one.
Oh, this is Jim's second one. Oh, so you're on about
second watch along. Yeah. Jimmy's in overtime as well.
It is. Any chance we'll see more watch-alongs before the pre-season that aren't planned currently? Unlikely, Jay.
Because might be good ones, Jim, and it depends if SUTV show it or not like that.
Oh,
any of his pre-season United's pre-season game.
Yeah, Jamie suggested that. To be fair,
yeah,
don't mind that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've already got 8 more planned in. So if we get our pre-season games televised, then yeah, potentially.
This is
Brett says one of my favourite things in the chat is trying to get Gaz to be biased. The guy is disciplined and knowledgeable. Get them subs up, people. Thank you, pal.
I mean, that discipline obviously comes from Army and all, doesn't it? So it's he's not just disciplined in referee side. He's just disciplined in life.
He says Wendy's are named after the Wednesday cricket club who played on a Wednesday.
Right.
Thought we were going to fall foul then.
This is going to penalties, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'll tell you what, it's a rate shout that, Jord. Wait, 5 minutes to go in extra time.
Definitely.
Basically, Forest and Villa are currently breaking a UEFA rule and not a Premier League rule, so they could face a small punishment from UEFA. All right, thank you, Justin. I have followed that thread. I know it's been in different bits, but
what is it though? Do they get fined or? I don't understand what. Because are they going to get?
Because they're not their governing body, are they? Really?
Like deduct some points and stuff, are they?
Yeah.
So
See what you mean. SUTV showed every pre-season game last season. They did, but I'll obviously be at some games as well. So
yeah,
I'll have to wait and see which ones, Jay.
There's not going to be any home ones, though, is there? I don't believe, because pitch will not be just to get pitch more time.
But they're normally quite local, aren't they?
Yeah, like it might be Chesterfield and stuff.
Harrogate.
Like that. Yeah.
Things like that. Famous last words, Jord. In that comment, Jord says pens. That is, yeah.
Well, no, I'm not going to say. I'm quiet for 3 minutes.
Don't be quiet for 3 minutes. That means I have to do stuff. Cashless chance series is an idea to get your players on pay as you play, or it would not cost you much at all. Yeah, true. Very true.
Thing is with them as well, they can only register. Excuse me. 23 or 24 players, I think it is. So there's people that Bannon's been offered a new deal, Patterson's offered a new deal, some other players have been offered new deals. They're only going to be able to sign, I think my mate said to me, 2 players of them. So you potentially could be losing your Bannon and some of them.
Well, Bannon hasn't signed a new deal yet, has he?
No, I don't think he has. But I'd be surprised if he didn't, because he's settled there, isn't he? And I'd be very surprised at his age. I'd be surprised if he wanted to move.
Yeah. But is he going to get paid?
Well, do you know, is it true that if he fails to pay him again in June, can't all players cancel the contracts? And there's some stipulation in the contract.
I don't know if it's consecutive days without pay. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know enough about it.
So if it's 2 months in a row, I'm sure they can cancel the contract.
Just seen that Marty Greer's got an Alan Kelly posted up now on his website, which I haven't got. I was just checking to see if I had it, but I haven't. Up the Ned Kelly.
What do you have to? What is it again? Quote Blades Ramble at checkout.
You know it, mate. Put the code Blades Ramble at checkout. You'll get yourself a free poster. More importantly, he will know that you've come from me. 2 out of 3, Jord. Don't know what that means. 2 out of 3.
Honestly, I think I'm that tired now.
You've gone, haven't you? You've gone, haven't you? You can't
Well,
sign it.
Don't drink, people.
Got no,
Don't drink
got
and
no
then do a
reason
watch
to
along because your brain don't function.
Some people-
chance. Well done, keeper.
Some people stream for like 24 hours, don't they? People do like streamathons.
I don't know how to do it.
Oh, mate. Justin says, I don't know what the punishment is, but I know Barcelona is also in trouble for UEFA and could receive a big punishment. Okay, thank you, mate. Not allowed to pay any loan fees, so they'll only get dross, says Ian. That would be brilliant. Players that grunts can sign, lads. Oh, yeah. Okay, 2 out of 3.
Oh, yeah. And we up. We are on 119 minutes of this. Is there going to be any added time in extra
I wouldn't have
time?
thought so. Very
It'd be a minimum, probably one.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll add 1 minute on if they do, but I think both teams are happy with penalties here because they're just walking. It's like watching old men's football, walking football. I don't quite think it's been as good as the other night, has it?
No, mate.
But that'll be hard to beat. That would a great game.
One of the best games I've seen in a long, long time.
Come on, ref, blow your whistle. We want penalties.
Yeah, pens is a good bit of drama, isn't it?
It is for
I would
neutral.
enjoy
1 minute added on.
neutrals, yeah.
Yeah.
1 minute. It's Portugal with the ball.
Nelson Semedo.
Thing is, as well, with these games, when we're in neutral, we're a lot more chat heavy, aren't we? In terms of we talk about things. If it were a, hang on, cross.
Oh, it's a ball into the box, and it's headed over the bar by Diogo Jota.
That was the one.
It was. That's game over. Yeah, exactly. They're not getting another.
But like when we're doing our rivals watch-alongs, we're more game focused, aren't we? Usually.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. I think it's harder in it, because
when you ain't got a vested interest.
But we're watching that week in, week out. International teams. I know we see the players in Premiership and stuff, but you're seeing international games once every 4 months, 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So it is. It's not. It's got the interest, but
that's it.
It's hard to follow it, isn't it?
Pens. And if you think I'm prepared for pens, Wick scoreboard, you are very, very wrong. So,
what's your favourite ever penalty shootout?
What was that? I think favourite ever penalty shootout.
I'll tell you what mine were.
I'm a Sheffield United fan, pal.
No, this is why I'm not going with United. It were under 21s, England, and they played Netherlands in final. And it were in Netherlands as well. And I think it finished something like 13-12 on penalties to Netherlands. Stephen Taylor took a penalty.
Centre half?
Yeah, he couldn't. He used to play for Newcastle.
Yeah.
He couldn't even walk. He were injured. He couldn't even walk, and he had to take a penalty because obviously it was going through the whole team.
Yeah.
He kept up and he smashed it into the top corner. I think it were. It was ridiculous. It was such a. It just never seemed to end. Obviously, once they missed one.
Yeah.
I think other one missed, and then
Bloody hell.
I remember watching it.
I love him like that.
Years back. That.
Who's winning this then, Jord?
I'm still gonna go Spain.
Go on then, I'll take Portugal just for interest's sake. David says Disney FC rumored to be interested in signing Banana Man. Interesting.
It's a long way for him to move, in it.
Yeah, but he's a bit
Wales, but
he's a bit up himself, so I can see a Disney FC relationship there. Chloe Bannon would love a bit of that, wouldn't she? Real wise of Wrexham. Alan Kelly, in my opinion, the best keeper we've had contracted to our club that I've seen till Cooper signed this season. I would agree with that, Lee. I would agree with that. Who else is going to pay Captain Combe over 28 grand a week? That's true.
Captain Combe over.
Did you ever see Mel Reese, Lee? Yes, I did, Brian. It was good, but unfortunately we didn't see enough of him. Very sad. Into Ballard time now, says Rob.
Yeah.
I put him and Ned in the same bracket, Lee. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Playing career made it, and it's January. Stoke, Burnley, and us are all on 46 points, and Leeds are on 45. Playing career mode. All right. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mitch. Appreciate that.
It's called.
Coventry quarterfinal. Alan Kelly and that save. That save. Yeah. I was there, Jord, for that penalty shootout.
Oh wow.
The
Nice.
current wife and the eldest son. Great tournament.
Yeah.
Jimmy, are you doing a 90 after 90? 90 after 120? No,
Yeah.
I'm not, David. I do miss the 90 after 90s, I must say, but no, I'm not doing one for this. Spain for me, says Gaz.
Yeah.
I think Spain will probably win, but I'm going to go for Portugal just to be a bit different since George's rooting for Spain. My favourite pens are England versus Colombia. First time watching England and didn't know how bad we were. Happiest I've ever seen my dad, and he only watches England football. Oh, does he?
Who was the penalty taker that missed for England that game?
Jack Robinson. Don't know that.
It ends in son. Jordan Henderson.
All right.
I was slating him yesterday, weren't I, on England Street?
You certainly were, mate. You certainly were. Goalkeeper kits when Kelly and Tracy played for Blades around the late 90s were incredible. Yet they were an acquired taste, weren't they? The Wards ones, particularly, I did like with the green and the blue. Green and purple, I think, weren't it, on the front? Portugal on pens for me, says the view from the mountain. My favourite penalty shootout was an FA Cup game, Wendy versus Wolves with Pressman in goal. Wendy scored the first, but Wolves won. Beautiful. Jordan Henderson. Henderson missed.
Yeah.
Eric Dyer with the winner. Nice one, Jamie. Good knowledge.
I were in Portugal. I were in Villamora for that.
Oh, you're spoiling it. Karen Carney's talking.
Oh, sorry, can we just mute everything?
Right.
Yeah.
So, first up, it's Portugal. Ramos with the pen.
Misses.
Don't say that.
Oh, he nearly did it all.
Oh, straight down middle.
Down middle, but keeper nearly had that with his feet.
Keeper dives to the right. They did a purple Wards one with green sleeves and an orange. Oh, I forgot about the orange one with black sleeves. Yes, they did. Yeah, they were good kits. They were good kits, Mark. Not sure how this goes, says Bri. No, it's a lottery, isn't it, really?
Please don't tell me Ronaldo's going to start crying if they're bleeding.
He is crying.
It's not a massive tournament, is it?
Wow. This is everything. They all grew up wanting to win the Nations League.
Here we go.
Number 6. Who's that?
Marino from Arsenal. Left footer, bottom right corner.
Oh, nice pen.
The onion bag.
Nice pen. Marino.
Arsenal.
You gotta see her. Don't work. Good pen though. Noodle likes it.
Number 23. One of the subs. Another left foot of this?
Are you in front of me?
Possibly.
Can't be. It on
ITV?
23.
Oh, it's Vitinha.
Yeah.
Right-footed.
Yes, it's right-footed. I thought you'd seen it before me, that's all.
No. Slow walk up.
Slow walk up.
Yeah, straight in left corner.
I'll tell you what, a penalty that hits the inside netting is always going in.
Yeah, keepers aren't getting to that, are they? They'd have to step off the line first to be able to get, especially with no rule of, like obviously they're basically starting behind line, aren't they? Then stepping onto the line and diving. They're getting nowhere near it.
Yeah, that's a lovely penalty. Really, really nice. So shook it right-footed to the left-hand side, hit the left inside netting. Keeper dived the right way, couldn't get anywhere near it.
Yeah.
It's now, is it Morena?
No, it's the Alex Bueno, I think.
Bueno, yeah.
Oh, just right-footed, right-hand side.
Slotted along the floor into the bottom right corner. Keeper dives to the player's left, to the keeper's right.
2-2 on penalties.
Desmond.
Oh, it's a lovely pen.
It was the way he shaped his body, weren't it?
Yeah, because it looked like he were going to go opposite
Looked
way.
like he were going bottom
Opened
left,
his
yeah.
body up, though, didn't he? Yeah. Here we go,
Bruno.
Bruno Fernandes.
Now then. One of last few big hitters on the pitch in terms of name value.
Yeah. Why is Ronaldo acting like he can't look? It's not that bad.
It might be his last tournament, mightn't it? Never won a Nations League because there's never been a Nations League. Straight run up.
Spain
No
at
side.
Ronaldo.
He's got it. He's got to go to the side when he
He
starts.
does.
Yeah, he does. Right
Does he do a
footed.
dance,
Footer.
sense keep it wrong way.
Oh,
Bottom left corner.
nice. Nice.
They do.
Bottom left corner. Keeper dive to the keeper's left. So he dived in the wrong direction.
It's like him and Jorginho just absolutely take mick with their penalties, don't they?
Yeah.
Like they
They're a
don't
little
even look-
Jorginho stutter there, weren't they?
Yeah, they don't even look at ball. They're just watching keeper. And then keeper obviously makes his move. That's when he goes opposite way. It's, how can you not even look at ball but know where it is to slot it in? I'd fall over my own feet if I did that.
Isco. 22, right footed. Stutter.
Oh, nearly saves it, but it hits the back of the net.
It went mid-range left. Keeper dived the right way, got an hand to it. Couldn't keep it out.
That's closest keeper's been to any penalties yet. It's just at the eye at keeper diving.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is.
His fingertips to
Keeper's
it.
just a little bit too far underneath it, isn't he?
Yeah. Now it's Nuno Mendes. So it's going to be a left footer with 3-3 on penalty scores. Puts
Not
ball
sure
out.
about this one. I haven't got a great feeling about this one.
I reckon he's going to, as we're watching it, so keeper's left, our right, top corner.
I'm not sure about this one.
And he goes exactly where I said he'd put it.
Yeah, he did.
Keeper's left,
Lovely
our
guy.
right, top corner. 4-3 Portugal.
Great call, that. And keeper went right way as well.
I think as he was stepping up as well, I was looking at his head movement and he was looking directly in that corner. Yeah, it's a great penalty because keeper darts right way. That's banging, sort of like it went quite top corner, but it went corner at netting.
Jamie said Ronaldo won Nations League in 2019. I didn't even know there were a Nations League back then.
No,
Were there?
I know Spain at current holders.
I thought it's only been going in a few years.
Oh, he's missed. Morata sends it to the keeper's keeper's right, our left, along the floor, and Costa saves it. So Portugal have got a chance to win it here. It's a poor penalty, that.
Keeper's guessed early, dive right way. Ronaldo's absolutely buzzing with that.
Chance to win it then.
Portugal are taking it. So who's up here to score what could be the winning penalty?
18. No, it's one that subs this. Oh, it's Ruben Neves. Perfect play to have it, taking a penalty. Steps up. Goal. Portugal win.
Scores.
5-3 on penalties.
Bottom left, keeper goes wrong way. Portugal win the Nations League. Well done.
They're going mad. Love it. This is one of them trophies that I think nations. Ronaldo's crying gear, you said, mate.
Are these rivals? Forgive my
Yeah, well, they are, aren't they? Because they're both next to each other.
yeah. Forgive my lack of
Yeah, they
international
are rivals. But
knowledge.
it's a glorified friendly tournament, that. And you only ever want to win. You only bother ever winning it if you get there, aren't you? It's proper crap. I don't, Gio, you come off it. Well done, you've won a tournament, but it's a glorified friendly. Well, fair play to them. They're obviously happy about it, so
Yeah, let him enjoy it. Be right.
who am I to slag off someone winning a final? You know, something that
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm acting like a true fan that don't see your team winning a final. England or United.
Let's have a look.
Mr. Mountain called it. He said Portugal on pens.
United v Blackburn in FA Cup, I think, was on Paddy's Day. Kelly in golf at penalty shootout. Brian Cassidy says, please help build the channel, like and subscribe and share. We're the best players channel on the net. Be a part of our team, folks. Thank you, Brian. Were they the old Avec ones, Jim? Sunderland had Avec at the same time as well. Yeah, I think they might have been. Or Le Coq Sportif, can't remember. Justin Hoyt, Nigel Rio-Coker, Matt Derbyshire and Anton Ferdinand missed for us. There were 32 penalties taken. It's a UEFA record. Wow. Run-ups like that should be banned, says Ian, meaning Bruno's. It means a lot to Portugal to beat Spain due to the historical reasons. It's like Scotland beating us in a final on penalties. There you go. So there is some significance to it. My favourite penalty shootout, Euro 96, just for that Stuart Pearce redemption celebration. Yeah, psycho. Good shout that, mate. Remember that so well. Ronaldo won the Nations League in 2019, says Jamie. And I think he's... Check your messages, Jamie, and you'll see when they won it. Thank you, mate. Wow, saved, says Gaz. Fullbacks are notoriously good at pens and are never first choice. Harrison Burrows. It's like us winning Le Tournoi in 97. Get a grip, Ron. It's like winning the Johnson Spade Trophy. Let's see what Jamie Dumpling's sending me here. All right, okay. Interesting. I didn't know it had been going that long. Because it's not really a recognised, or it hadn't been until recently, I don't think, a recognised tournament. Must be wrong. Doesn't surprise me at all.
I think, to be honest, I think they never got there and they won it. I might go mad because it might be the only thing I ever see England win.
Aye. That's true. That's true. Because this isn't a great Portugal team, is it?
I mean, they're good and they're probably better than England, but it's not.
But
I thought Spain had been too powerful from today.
I did today, and out of the four teams, mate, I would have said that Portugal were the weakest of the four. So they've come out winning it ultimately. Yeah. So fair play to them.
Yeah.
A little bit like Sunderland at Wembley. Just kidding. Gaz says, what a great day of watch-alongs. Love it. Up the ramble. Like and subscribe. Do you know what, George? We've been going over 3 hours, so I think that is the right time to call it.
Absolutely.
You and me both need our beds. Thought Spain will walk it, says Michael. Me too. Dennis Irwin, David Unsworth, Phil Neal, all fullbacks, all amazing penalty takers, Jamie. David Unsworth. Yes, and Dennis Irwin. I don't remember Phil Neal so much. Oof, says Rob. I was only kidding, pal. You know I was kidding. I think the Anston Working Men's Club are better than England, Jord. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Jord, thank you so much for joining me, pal. You joining me for another, aren't you, before you go away?
I'm on. So the night before I go away, which I think is
this one,
18th of June.
I've got it there, planned and ready, look.
Jeremy Doku
and...
Is that now? Is that him that used to play for Leicester?
Can't remember, to be honest. Can't remember his name. I did it a couple of weeks ago now, so I can't remember. But yes, we are on for City. Man City versus... Why, Dad? Why, Dad? Yeah, it was just like Sunderland. Thanks, guys. Great time now. It's bedtime. Absolutely, David. Why is Dad playing against Man City? Don't know, Rob. Don't know. Cheers, guys. And back to England. Dull games. No, that's it. Sell the watch along, Jamie. Thank you, pal. Who are they? No idea, mate. No idea, I'll be honest. Thank you all for joining us. Keep it ramble. Thank you, Bright. For anybody that's not already aware, because I have said it a couple of times, we are back tomorrow morning on the Blades Ramble. I'll be there for 10-minute transfers. Galbraith yourself. And then on... I'm still laughing at that. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock on Behind the Ramble will be the next episode of YouTuber. Thank you to everybody for joining us. Very much appreciated it. Why is Dad playing Man City? Don't know. Great watch along, lads. Well done. Thank you, Lee. Very much appreciated. Wow. Jord, any other words for our kind audience before we get off?
Thanks for watching today. But if you haven't already, please go to Blades Ramble and Behind the Ramble to like and subscribe.
But for now,
come on,
you red and white
wizards. You finish it, Jim.
Up there, Blades!